Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. The Sportsocracy heard everywhere you go on the iHeartRadio app, and we are seen everywhere on YouTube. Just go to thesportsocracy.com, click the live video link, subscribe to the channel. Join us in the chat today. Jeremy, once again, scared of the weather.
I'm not scared of the weather.
He's still hungover from
It's like Canadians with the dark. Nobody likes the dark. I just don't like when frozen excrement falls from the sky.
So he's on a homebound snow day today.
Well, it's also not a snow day. I'm doing the NCAA tournament Thursday. You ever have one of those days where you look around at all of the people you work with and go, so nobody planned for this? Is that what I'm to understand?
Yep.
There was no plan. The plan's on me? Oh, awesome. I've never done this before, so this should be fun.
You know what else should be fun? And I say that in the most sarcastic way possible. Watching Dolphins football for the next 2 years. Holy mackerel!
You know what my first thought when I saw the trade come down, and if you don't know, Jalen Waddle's been traded to the Denver Broncos. My first thought was, I wonder where that guy is that told me the Dolphins are going to win the AFC East. What's he doing today? Because I feel like if it doesn't involve Fireball and possibly, Adderall or Vicodin or something like that, that dude's having a rough morning.
Hopefully he avoids any self-harm, because the Miami Dolphins are going to be eye broccoli for the next 2 years at least. If Jeff Hafley makes it anything other than that, he is coach of the year. They have completely destroyed that roster. And to think where the high highs of Tua and Tyreek and Jalen Waddle, what was to be with the offense that put up 70 points on the Denver Broncos one time a long time ago, but we forget. It's not that important. Like, you go from the highest of highs of Miami Dolphin fandom to what you're looking at today of a roster that's led by Malik Willis and Tutu Atwell.
Oh, you already looked. I was going to play a fun game of, can you name me who the number one wide receiver for the Miami Dolphins is right now?
They just signed him in free agency, and he's probably the best player on the team.
Right now, they're three starting.
Devin Achane.
The three starting wide receivers for the Miami Dolphins are Tutu Atwell, Jalen Tolbert, and Malik Washington.
Let's go.
Thrown to by Malik Willis behind a stalwart offensive line that includes Patrick Paul, Aaron Brewer, Jonas Savagnia, Jamari Sawyer, and Austin Jackson.
And don't forget Charlie Heck.
He's the swing tackle. I'm going to be honest with you. At this point, I think we could play a fun game. We made this popular with our fun game, Pro Bowler or Pro Bowler. I think we could play a fun game of, is this a Miami Dolphin or a SeaWorld Dolphin trainer? And I think you'd miss more than you want to admit.
Probably so. So Jalen Waddle goes to the Denver Broncos. Denver picks up Jalen. We'll talk about the impacts of that for the Broncos here in a second. They pick up Jalen Waddle and a fourth-round pick, but they got to give up their first round, their third round, and their fourth-round pick in this upcoming draft. So Miami will get number 30 overall and the 30th selection in each the third and the fourth round. And I mean, I would have made the deal. Why not? I can't get a wide receiver as good as Jalen Waddle at 30 in this draft. I don't think.
I'm really currently I'm laughing at the chat of they think this actually has something to do with A.J. Brown. And
that Miami's making the big plan?
No. Not that Miami's making a run at A.J. Brown. But if Jalen Waddle got this, what will A.J. Brown get? This is, boys and girls, why you should listen to Jeremy on Mondays, because I actually already told you why the A.J. Brown thing's not happening yet. Because Philadelphia doesn't want to pick in this draft. You want to know why Jalen Waddle got a 1 and a 3? Because the Denver Broncos were looking around going, well, we could get lucky and Caden McDonald fall in our lap. Or we could take Eli Stowers at 30. Or we could trade it for Jalen Waddle, who I know exactly what he is. Yeah, let's do that. I mean, I've said this like 1,000 times. Once you get past 12, this draft becomes a whole lot of stand-up singles where you we put one right by the shortstop, and our big unathletic first baseman stood there and went, look what I did.
He blooped it.
A blooper is I do believe that's a good term. They're also commenting on the fact that I look a little haggard today. No, I did not get drunk for my birthday. Yes, I have almost ripped the beard and the hair out of my head this morning. So I apologize.
Yeah.
I think this is a home run for Denver. Am I wrong?
Agree. No, I agree. I saw it. I was in a meeting while the news came down with our boss, who's a Denver Broncos fan, and I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, you're making moves. Congratulations to your team." Because I mean, that's what you were missing. The Denver Broncos were missing an impact wide receiver. Jalen Waddle is it. How much does this free up Cortland Sutton? Right? How much does this help the rest of the Broncos receivers?
Well,
how much does it free up pressure on Bo Nix?
Is it fair for me to say I think you're looking at this too literally?
Okay.
Because everything you just said is right, but that's not the first thing that came to my mind.
Okay.
I'll give you $1 to name me a corner in the AFC West that can keep up with Jalen Waddle.
Oh.
Where's the speed burner?
No.
Kansas City have one? No, because the knock on Noel Williams was that he's not overly fast. Cam Hart and Still, they overly fast? Nope. I went down the entire division and went, I don't think there's one corner in this entire division that can run stride for stride with Jalen Waddle. Well, I also don't think you have anyone that can run with Marvin Mims. And now Cortland Sutton's just going to be a big old garbage man. You run 12 yards and either stop or cut in every single play we run, because that dude is going over the top, and so is Marvin Mims. And good luck keeping up with it.
Yep. It's a brilliant move by Sean Payton and company.
I mean, in this draft class, I'm not mad at you for making this trade. If you did it next year, I'd tell you need to have your head examined. This ain't next year.
Up a pick and, yeah,
mm-hmm.
No. It's a vast difference between the value of the picks late in the first round and in those third and fourth rounds between this year and next year.
So we just did the exercise of 7-round team-by-team mock drafts. The Broncos is already out. Would you like me to tell you who they just gave up?
Yes.
Caden McDonald, who I like, gives you nothing as a pass rusher whatsoever. He's just a big run stuffer. Nick Singleton, who currently can't run, and Billy Schroff, who everybody else but me seems to love. I believe Denver, who just went to the AFC Championship game, will survive without those three.
Right.
And you got a 4th-round pick back. Mm-hmm. I don't care. It means nothing for A.J. Brown. Philadelphia has let it be known we want a deal like this, and nobody's wanted to give it up to deal with a head case. Now, could this facilitate New England going,
Most definitely.
Maybe it doesn't make us look so crazy to give up that 1st and 3rd.
No, see, I feel like the pressure's on now for everybody else to make the move. Because you're constantly in this league trying to chase the teams up the ladder. You already have a team that was in the AFC Championship game last year who just added a major piece that could be the thing that gets them over the hump.
Major piece.
Mm-hmm. And so now I'm looking at New England and Baltimore, basically. Who's going to be the next one to make the big move?
The one thing that changes for me on A.J. Brown is that Howie Roseman can now louder say what it is he's been saying the entire time behind closed doors. I don't want to pick in this draft. Mm-hmm. I have no desire. Because if you look at Philadelphia, I struggle to figure out who they're going to take at 23. Why the hell would I want to add 31? Mm-hmm. What does that do for me? Nothing. I want your pick next year.
And would he get that from anybody?
Yes.
Really?
A team that thinks they're really, really good.
Yep. Okay.
And will be giving up a pick in the mid to late 20s, early 30s.
Right, 25 to 32.
I mean, for me, this just New England, you're on the clock. By the way, I do love that Timothy O'Toole and Bill Workman both noticed by How I Met Your Mother reference. Greatest sitcom ever made. I'm actually actively watching it right now. It's on the screen in my office as we speak.
Right. Man, I feel great for Denver fans today.
You should.
Because you finally have you finally have a star. You thought it was going to be Judy, and it wasn't. Some of you thought it was going to be Cortland, and he's been fine.
Cortland Sutton's a 2, and now this allows him to be a 2. It allows Marvin Mims to be a deep threat. It allows Pat Bryant to hand people water when they walk to the sideline. This is exactly what you wanted if you're a Denver Bronco fan.
He'll be used in, 4 wides or whatever.
He'll be a lot of fun at the company Christmas party and when we go do karaoke in Midtown.
Sean Payton's going to feed him the ball somehow.
Oh, yeah, because he thinks he's Michael Thomas. What he doesn't realize, he thought he was getting Michael Thomas because he saw it on the file folder as Thomas Michael. What he didn't notice, there was no comma. He actually got a guy named Thomas Michael.
Yeah. I haven't seen anything mentioned about the money on the contract. Does it? I mean, how does that divided? Have you looked into that?
That's one of those things. I'll be honest with you. I can't believe Miami got this much in draft capital and they didn't eat a bunch of it.
He's owed $68.6 million over the next 3 seasons. But beyond that, as far as like dead money and all of that, there was I've seen no mention of that yet.
All I can tell you is what the dead money would be on and I'm reading tea leaves here. To me, this is the most Jalen Waddle could have been traded for, fact or fiction.
Yes.
Absolutely. So if you go pre-June 1, Miami will eat in 26 about $15 million, and they'll eat a requisite amount for the next handful of years. I don't think Denver took on any of this. Okay. I didn't give you 3 picks in the top 130 to eat a bunch of money. Miami, by the way, your roster, every time you make a deal, somehow you have less money. I've never seen that before. You keep selling items and then handing money back to the customer, which I cannot fathom how that makes sense, other than John Eric Sullivan walked in and went, holy good God, we are garbage. I do find it funny that this happened this morning because I had a bunch of we put out the Los Angeles Chargers mock draft last night, and in it I said something about Jamari Sawyer. I forgot he had signed to Miami, and so I went through our YouTube comments just responding. Every Miami Dolphins signing immediately goes to trash for me. I don't know why, but it just keeps happening. It's almost like Google has sensed something.
It doesn't matter.
Ugh.
It doesn't matter who you bring into this. I mean, it will, but right now, the immediate impact, it doesn't really matter.
And
we have torn this down to the studs, and it is a perfect example of how you do not fall in love with the wrong quarterback.
Oh, and and that's a good point. I think we're going to talk about that in the next segment.
Yep.
This will be my final word on the Miami Dolphins because you have officially slid into the den of misery and doom and despair. With Malik Willis throwing to this cavalcade of future plumbers, I'm going to go out on a limb and say 2026 Malik Willis is going to make 2025 Shedeur Sanders look like Johnny Unitas.
Wow. We'll take a break here in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, 1400.
We honor the biggest.
They were clear.
Thanks, sir.
Music that you loved listening to all year long.
Don't miss our 2026 iHeartRadio Music Awards. Watch live on Fox Thursday, March 26th.
Starting at 8 p.m.
And listen on iHeartRadio stations across America and the free iHeart app.
Trashy is a proud partner of the 2026 iHeartRadio Music Awards. This spring, turn your closet clutter into rewards with the Take Back Bag. Learn more and get started at trashy.io.
The world's best bull riders. One shot, 8 seconds, no mercy. The rankest bulls in the sport are waiting. This is professional bull riding. Watch it live as we unleash the beast. This weekend from Indianapolis, only on Paramount Plus.
iHeart's Yacht Rock Radio goes commercial-free every weekend. Baby, come back. Enjoy the greatest 70s and 80s smooth soft rock all weekend. All commercial-free. High tide, low tide, no tide. Yacht Rock Radio works anywhere. Open the free iHeartRadio app, search Yacht Rock, and make it a preset now.
This is ESPN Asheville, Asheville's #1 sports station.
Coming up the middle on a blitz, he throws to the end zone, touchdown!
Beer City's Tar Heel station.
Off the back, iron, Wilson comes soaring in to dunk it home.
Home of the Sportsocracy.
He said, Kyle Shanahan asked, why isn't tic-tac-toe named Hugs and Kisses?
Hugs and Kisses.
Now that's all Tech's going to call it.
Live from the Ingalls studio, weekdays at noon, ESPN Asheville.
This is J.W. Whitley, General Manager at Parks Ford of Hendersonville. Our value of commitment, committed to you as our customers and the community that we serve. To do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
I'm Coley Duffy.
I'm Cody Ward.
And
we're the Chainsaw Brothers.
Actually, we're cousins. A few days after Helene, we was in the driveway having a couple beers, waiting on the power to come back on. And we heard so many people calling, needing trees removed, and couldn't afford it.
So I called my dad to borrow a chainsaw, and over the next few months, we cleared trees for our neighbors. Our business was born out of wanting to help Western North Carolina get back on our feet.
We are fully insured and licensed. We keep our promises, meaning if we say we're going to be there, we'll be there. In these parts, we live how we were raised.
When you call the Chainsaw Brothers, you're not a customer, you're family. We're good at what we do, and we do it for a reasonable cost.
For all your chainsaw needs, call the Chainsaw Brothers. 828-316-1013. Or find us on Facebook. See how we treat our family.
Are you still covered up with storm damage and debris?
Call us about our daily rates at 828-316-1013. That's 828-316-1013. We're the Chainsaw Brothers, and with our neighbors, we're Western North Carolina strong.
Woohoo!
It's the moment you dream of. The moment you work for. Train for. Run wind sprints when nobody's watching for. The moment when hours of gym time, court time, prep time, all culminate into this time. The moment when millions of bounces, blocks, and boards all add up to this, your moment. Ingalls, we're with you every step of the way.
The Sportsocracy.
Let's open up the whole can and kick ass and kill them all. Let the paramedics sort them out.
Welcome back into the Sportsocracy. It's ESPN Asheville. This wonderful Tuesday afternoon, the NCAA tournament kicking off tonight. The first four up in Dayton, Ohio. NC State Wolfpack playing in that one. State fans will have the game for you over on News Radio 570, WWNC. Tar Heels get underway
Thursday.
Thursday.
I'll be there. Look courtside. If you see a big giant leprechaun sitting courtside, hi. He's I.
He is I. They're playing down in Greenville, South Carolina. Duke will be in the house as well, so I'm going to need you to turn up the Boo Birds for me.
I don't believe I'll be. I don't actually know what I'm walking into. I have no clue.
What do you mean?
So the whole, hey, we want you to go cover the tournament. I'm going to walk in. They're going to hand me a credential, and I'm going to go, what the hell do I do now? Because I can't film anything in here, but I'm here. So, yes.
It's important. You need to raise awareness. We're doing stuff.
I'm here for it. I'm going to go enjoy some basketball, and I will speak when I'm spoken to. That's about the best. That's about all I got.
Yeah. Fan reactions, stuff like that. You can do that. You can post stuff like that. They don't want you posting the action, but the rest of it, they'll have the little fanfare out there, fan fest or whatever. It should be fun.
Greenville does a great job with the NCAA tournament.
I went the first year that they had it there, and for the for the immediate turnaround that they had to do to host that event, they did a good job. I haven't been down there since there's been a system in place. So enjoy. I'm sure it's going to be an awesome time. Hopefully the Tar Heels will be able to win at least a game in the NCAA tournament. But they are playing hurt and not really playing particularly well at times. We'll see what they got for the tournament. You never know. Said the same thing about the team that went to the Final Four. What was that, 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
That was as an 8 seed, wasn't it?
Yep. Coming in as a 6 seed, it's not bad. Hopefully they can pull one out. But, of course, we'll have all of the Tar Heel coverage for you here on ESPN Asheville up until the run is over, whenever that will be. But Thursday nights, we'll have the coverage for you. In the NFL, they're still making trades and they're jockeying for position. And the Denver Broncos have now entered their name into the chat.
They did stuff.
They made a deal with the Miami Dolphins to send not 1, not 2, but 3 picks in this upcoming 2026 NFL draft. Their first-round pick, their third-round pick, and their fourth-round pick. All late-round picks, number 30 in those rounds. Send those over to the Miami Dolphins in exchange for Jalen Waddle. Now, this is just another step in the complete and utter destruction of what was there. I mean, this has needed to happen to Miami Dolphin football for a long time. However, they keep doing it, and nothing ever changes, which should tell you everything you need to know about the ownership of this organization. But you got to hope at some point that's all going to stop. At some point, we're going to choose the right people. Right? At some point, we're going to stop putting idiots in charge, or dudes that like to break the rules, or guys that we don't believe in, and then we backstab them and tell them to lose games and such.
So you said a lot of things there about Chris Greer. You got anything to say about the former administration? Because I think everything you just said was about him.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. They keep doing this cycle over and over and over again. With who was Ireland?
Jeff Ireland was there. Mike Tannenbaum was there. Old Mikey T. That guy can figure out dollars, but he ain't got many cents.
See, so now we've done it again. Now this is a complete reset. Went out and got John Eric Sullivan. He brings in Jeff Hafley as the new head coach. You hope that you have new masterminds in position to be able to rescue Miami Dolphin football. But in order to get there, you got to give me every bullet in the gun that I can have. I mean, that's got to be the only way that John Eric Sullivan is looking at this going, there's not much I can do here because everything sucks and everybody's pissed. Because Tua Tagovailoa came in here and destroyed the entire franchise.
I want to play a fun game with you. Do you have the Dolphins roster pulled up in front of you?
I do.
I want you to name the 5 best players on this team.
5 best players on this team.
Devon Achane's, I think, clearly the one.
Okay. I would
Then
agree
what?
with that.
Then what?
Jordan Brooks.
Mm-hmm. He's one of my 5. You're going to see where I'm getting with this by the time you get to 4.
Who's after that? Chop Robinson.
Who was an unmitigated turd last year.
Right. But there's still hope.
Sure. Oh, if we're going hope, you throw Kenneth Grant in there too.
Yeah, that guy.
My 5, I was deciding between Terrell Dodson, Josh Uche, Zach Seiler, and Malik Willis. That's the 5th best player on this team. It's one of those
Malik
4
Washington.
guys.
Not Malik Willis, Malik Washington.
Stop. Stop.
Well, he's not better than Malik Willis.
Malik Washington is a 5'8" receiver that somehow averaged 7 yards a carry.
Yeah.
Or 7 yards a reception, excuse me.
Catch, yeah.
This team is this might be the single worst roster I've ever seen, and it all ties back to Tua Tagovailoa.
Absolutely.
All of it. Because you had to build a team that was structured around the fact that Tua did one thing particularly well, and that's get the ball out of his hand quickly. So you had to have all these little catch-and-run wide receivers because that's all he could do. Every once in a while, he'd hit a deep threat or deep shot because they had Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill on opposite sides, and teams that did not have a particularly good pass rush would have to send blitzers, and he could hit a deep shot over the top. Yeah. I don't think, and I'm staring at the Miami Dolphins' last 5 NFL drafts. And I think this is probably as good of an example as I can give of why we talk about the draft for 3 solid months. It's not just because I'm a draft guy. I want you to name me the last really good draft pick they had. And I mean really good. Not just appropriate value for where you took them.
Okay. I mean, I guess Achane would probably be.
Achane is a fast running back that I do not think works in virtually any other system than the one he just came out of.
Right. Javon Holland.
Javon Holland was a second-round safety. Plays a very denigrated position. Just remember, Kyle Hamilton went at 14. Caleb Downs is probably going to go in at a pick that's double digits. So I can't really give you a ton of credit for a rangy safety that you let walk away after 4 years. I'm back to 2015, and I haven't found one yet. Not a single one. Christian Wilkins was a first-rounder.
Yeah.
You're supposed to get Christian Wilkins at 13. You didn't do something special. You just didn't poop in your pants. And literally, I could go back 11 years, and I cannot find one pick other than Andrew Van Ginkel where I go, that was solid. And then I realized Andrew Van Ginkel has been exponentially better in Minnesota than he was in Miami.
Yes.
This is one of the worst front offices I've ever seen. In the chat, Eamon Report said Dan Marino. You might not be wrong.
Oh, stop. They've had good players since then.
Really?
Yes.
So, all right, let's play a fun game. Who's the face of the Miami Dolphins since Dan Marino retired?
Jason Taylor.
Woo. A defensive end that was never better than the 5th best edge rusher in the league while he was in it. That's the face of your franchise for 30 years. And Zach Thomas is 2. Because it gets Ryan Tannehill way quicker than you want it to.
I was going to say, your most recognizable player in that time is probably Ricky Williams.
The guy from Ace Ventura. What was the kicker's name in Ace Ventura? That might be your most recognizable piece. Ray Finkel. That might be your most recognizable player in 30 years. I find it funny that for the last, 15 years, Dolphins fans have looked at me like, oh, poor little Jets fan, I feel sorry for you. And in the back of my head, I've been going, you're way closer to us than you think.
100%.
You are, I can't tell you you're sitting in the living room with us, but you're standing on the porch waiting for us to let you in.
Oh, most definitely.
And now you've bust that door down hard.
I mean, it's an absolute travesty. Because you have chosen poorly.
How do you fix
right?
this team?
And you do what you're doing right now.
Tear it down to the studs and hope that a scouting department that has never been good at drafting players is going to rebuild this team.
Yes. That's the only way. It's the only chance you have. Is for John Eric Sullivan to go get new scouts. You've got to tear it down to the studs completely. New scouting department, not new scout department, but probably.
Can I tell you a funny story about Miami?
If you were taking this job as the GM, would you not walk into that scout department and go, you've got 6 maybe doubles in the last 20 years. Somebody bring me something, some kind of proof, or you're all fired.
Joshua Penix, I think he wins the day. How to fix the Dolphins? Sim 10 years and hope something good happens. You're going full sim 10 seasons on Madden. Just get me that way.
Yeah. It's the only thing you can do is to do it how they're doing it, is to tear it completely down, start over, and be bad. Just suck. That's the motto for the next 3 years. I'm taking the number 1 pick in every draft for the next 3 years.
Can I tell you a funny story about the Dolphins? And I didn't really realize this until we started talking about it here. So I've done virtually every scouting trip you can do in the NFL. Combine, Senior Bowl, Shrine Bowl. Next year I'm probably going to try to do either the Hula Bowl or the All-American Bowl. Do you know I've never actually laid eyes on a Miami Dolphins scout? I've seen somebody from every team in the NFL, and I just realized I don't think I've ever seen anybody from the Dolphins. That's anecdotal. I get it. Yeah, you chased Mike McDaniel around like a drunk sorority girl one time, but that's it. I don't see them.
Tell me, Coach, where do they sell pants that small?
Are those chinos or capris? I can't believe you didn't ask him that question. Would you call that a chino or a capri? So it's cut kind of strange. We have 2 super chats to get to.
All righty.
Sir Jimothy said he was busy on Monday. USA 3-0 in gold. They beat Canada. Did they beat Canada in hockey again?
Yeah. The Paralympic. The hockey sled team.
And tonight we're going to win the World Baseball Classic. Cause USA. USA.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
And one more. It's from Colin, who said, Jeremy, I trust you with the draft more than anyone. Seeing a lot of mock drafts with the Chiefs drafting wide receiver Carnell Tate with the 9th pick and 29 picking a cornerback. What are your thoughts? I would be surprised if they took Carnell Tate. Carnell Tate's going to be one of those that he's part of why I look so disheveled this morning, because I can't figure out where he's supposed to go. Okay, so the 40 was a little slow. Maybe he leaned. He actually ran a 4.49. Okay, does a 4.49 make me feel better about him? I mean, I'm not trying to denigrate the guy. And look, I am the one that I did not love Jackson Smith and Jigba. I thought he was going to be a really good route runner. I just never thought he'd be a true, honest to God number 1.
We're going to keep taking Ohio State receivers until they screw us.
Let me ask you a question.
From now on, it's just, is there an Ohio State receiver there to have? Yes, take it.
Well, I wouldn't do it from now on because Brian Hartline's in South Florida now. So I'd really start looking at South Florida wide receivers because he was the one recruiting them all. You laugh at that. That's
go in there.
Don't be shocked if they do. For a year until he takes a much bigger job, which he should have done in the first place. But hey, South Florida's nice this time of year.
True.
If Carnell Tate played at any school other than Ohio State, where would you take him? When you watch the tape on him,
mm-hmm.
Is he a top 10 guy to you?
Carnell Tate?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He's not to me. I watch that tape and I never go, oh, yeah, there's the – you know what I saw with him? I saw a bunch of his big plays coming against Purdue that have safeties that look strikingly like me, where he just goes, see ya. You know what you don't see a lot of in the NFL? Purdue safeties. I don't think he's a top 10 pick. And when I look at Kansas City and the history of what that team has done, they do not tend to take positions like that high. I would say it's more likely that Kansas City goes Mansour Delane at 9 and then takes the best receiver on the board either at 29 or in the second round. Smart teams like Kansas City don't get duped into taking guys above slot solely because they need a player at that position. That's what the Miami Dolphins do, which is why their current fourth best player is Kenneth Grant.
But the question is, what's the difference in that slot? So you're taking him above slot, so he's not 9, he's 12. Well, then at 29, I would rather. Would you rather reach at 29, or would you rather reach a little bit at 9?
Let me ask you a different question. What's the difference between Mansour Delane and I'll go Brandon Cisse? In terms of a cover guy, I would say it's pretty significant.
I would say there's a significant drop-off.
Okay, what's the difference between Carnell Tate and Denzel Boston?
Not as great as
there's my point.
Tate would want you to believe.
There's my point. If you're telling me I get the third corner or I get the 7th wide receiver, I feel way better about that 7th receiver than I do that third corner.
I'm completely in with you on you do this the other way. You go corner early, you go wide receiver late. Unless there's another team that jumps out and takes Delane in front of you.
Okay.
And then we go Tate.
Oh, let's do some math. How many players do I love in this class?
I mean, what do you mean?
It's 8, and one of them ain't Fernando Mendoza.
Right.
Well, Fernando's going in the top 8, fact or fiction?
Fact.
Okay, so Mansour Delane's not there. You know who that means probably is there? Either David Bailey, Sonny Styles, or Caleb Downs.
Take him.
Bingo.
Yeah.
I'm just not getting to a point where I'm taking Carnell Tate over anybody I just said. I don't care if you told me Caleb Downs' leg got cut off by a farming turbine. I'll still take him ahead of Carnell Tate. And that's not a shot at Carnell Tate. That's how much I like Caleb Downs.
Yes, I agree.
You could tell me Caleb Downs has to borrow a prosthetic from Oscar Pistorius, and I'd still take him over Carnell Tate.
Workman says Colton Hood. Would you take Colton Hood? Or is he saying Colton Hood would be there at 29?
Colton Hood should be there at 29.
Okay, so because his comment was Colton Hood or Mansour Delane.
That's I think what he was saying is that's the discrepancy between cornerback 1 and cornerback 3.
Okay, good.
Because I don't think Jermod McCoy's going to make it there, and I'm not even sure he still has feet. I will learn it on March 30th when I see him because I did realize that I saw him at the Combine, but I did not see him walk up or walk away. So, I mean, for me with Kansas City, I can't take a receiver at 9. I just can't do it. I'm not telling you they're not going to. I'm telling you I couldn't do it.
Right.
There's too many of them.
You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville, the talk of the day. The Broncos have made a move to get a star wide receiver in Jalen Waddle from the Miami Dolphins, and the ripples go pretty wide. We'll be back here on ESPN Asheville right after this.
Asheville, your mountain.
And you're clear.
Thank you.
Chilly St. Patrick's Day, but I know everybody's got a remedy for that. Seeing a few clouds.
I'll be right back.
Sunshine. Otherwise, a northwest breeze is going to add a little bite to the upper 30s. Tonight, back into the teens. Might be a degree or two colder than what you saw this morning on the car thermometer. So heavier jacket tomorrow morning, may need it in the afternoon. Partly sunny, 45. Thursday, much better, sunshine, 60. From the Weather Channel, Ray Station.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive can help you protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, and RV, and more. And if something wasn't mentioned that you had in mind, find out if it can be covered at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE, because it probably can be.
This is J.W. Whitley, General Manager at Parks Ford of Hendersonville. Our value of urgency, timely, responsive, focused, prioritizing you as our customer and the community that we serve to do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
The iHeartRadio app now has presets, just like in the car. You're our number one. Make us yours. ESPN Asheville, the mountain's favorite sports station, streaming 24/7. Your home for the Sportsocracy. Weekdays at noon. The Tar Heels.
Do you have an outside story?
I do.
Got a hot.
What is it?
Don't let it die.
What's the topic?
Matt Leinart.
App and join the show.
Okay.
But I disagree with you guys.
It's the fastest way to get your voice on the air. Say it, send it, and hear it on the iHeartRadio app.
Selling your home? Don't settle for average. Our real estate team at Clarissa Sells WNC and eXp Realty offers Zillow Showcase, an exclusive AI-powered listing experience available to just the top 10% of all listings in our area. With immersive media, cutting-edge design, and elevated marketing, Showcase listings, they go pending quicker and sell for up to $9,000 more than standard listings. Ready to stand out in a crowded market? Give our team a call today, 828-774-6343, because your home deserves the spotlight.
This is J.W. Whitley, General Manager at Parks Ford of Hendersonville. Our value of commitment, committed to you as our customers and the community that we serve to do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
It's the moment you dream of, the moment you work for. All culminate into this time, your moment. Ingalls, we're with you every step of the way.
Boy, you must be outside your mind.
The Sportsocracy.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
We are back in the Sportsocracy. It is ESPN Asheville. Last night was a big night in Atlanta, Jeremy. You know what last night was?
I do. And I have a feeling I know that this is going to end with Tank going, I know, you told me so.
It was Magic City night last night at the Atlanta Hawks game.
Well, it was supposed to be.
Playing the Orlando Magic. Well, I mean, it ended up being anyway, because the NBA said, I don't think so. I don't think you can have a stripper themed night. It's not going to be cool.
Can't you though?
And
can't you though?
I mean, the way that they did it, probably. I mean, sure. If all you're going to do is have people wear sweatshirts that say Magic City on them, okay. I mean, I can see that. It's the rest of it that doesn't really pass the mustard on a promotion for family entertainment like the NBA is. Last night was supposed to be Magic City night. The league said no. Well, everybody showed up with Magic City shirts and sweatshirts anyway. T.I. played the halftime show, so I'm sure everybody got a kick out of that.
Did he play Rubber Band Man? Because if he didn't, we did it wrong.
Yeah, probably not.
Great song.
Yes. When the Spinners did it, it was a great song.
That's not a bad song either. T.I.'s version, remarkably better.
It's pretty. Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, he probably did bring them out and then went home, right? I mean, that's about all you got time for. during the halftime show.
I wish he had done bring them out, and then all of a sudden Magic City had just said, "We don't care what you say, NBA. Here we go. Here's 7 former Hawks cheerleaders that have now found a new occupation with us."
You know what? I would have loved to have seen it. Because I would have loved to have seen what the fine would have been from Adam Silver if they just went ahead and did it anyway.
Oh, that would have been fantastic.
Kind of ripples? Right, like what kind of ripples would that cause? Like just this is the governor of the Atlanta Hawks just doing the double birds to the NCAA kind of thing and just going to stop us. What are you going to do? What are you going to fine us?
You don't like it? Then do something. But I just wish they had played the Stone Cold Steve Austin glass breaking, and the entire A shift from Magic City just comes out to do the halftime show with T.I.
Said the atmosphere resembled a playoff game as 18,138 fans filled the stands. All of the merchandise, the special merchandise that they had already contracted out with Magic City, sold like hotcakes. Everybody was, seemed like they were into it. Still say you can't do live stripper shows during the basketball game.
And I, Tank, am a big proponent of supporting single mothers. My story is about Matt Leinart. Matt Leinart, one of the legends of USC football.
Yeah.
And he's a little perturbed. And he's perturbed about a thing that I think is incredibly stupid. He went on a podcast. It was on his Throwbacks podcast. He said there's been multiple times where people at USC have asked me if I would unretire my jersey for some 5-star prospect. And you want to know what I told those guys straight up? I said, absolutely falafel and not. I am never going to unretire my jersey for some random dude who, by the way, now could wear number 11 and transfer after a year. If I live to be 300 years old, I will never understand retiring numbers, especially in college. We have so many players per team that we have to double up on numbers, and yet we allow schools to retire them. If you want to hang his jersey up, that's fine. I don't need 253s that are confusing the heber-jeebers out of me because you won't let guys wear like 9 of the most popular numbers you can throw on your back.
Right.
In baseball, I think it's stupid, but at least you only have 25 guys on the team. In college football, you have 90 guys on scholarship. Then you get into walk-ons. You can have 110 guys on a team. Stop retiring numbers. Stop doing it. Have a ceremony. Give them one in glass. I don't care.
Yeah. How many jerseys in the rafters did the Tar Heels have? Like
basketball, honestly, you have 12 guys on the team.
There's right, but I mean, you can still honor the past without getting rid of the number.
Sure.
Right? There's only 4 numbers that are retired by the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill in basketball. They have 87 jerseys in the rafters of dudes that have earned the honor of being recognized, but you don't get rid of the number.
Carolina's retired 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8.
8. Okay.
They just added one.
More than that. Yeah.
R.J. Davis, Jack Cobb, Lenny Rosenbluth, Phil Ford, George Glamick, Michael Jordan, Anton Jameson, Tyler Hansborough, James Worthy.
Yeah. I think 2 of those guys didn't even have numbers.
They have 45 numbers in the roster, or in the rafters, though, which is to your point.
Yeah, exactly. You can still honor it, but you don't have to retire it. I get what you're saying. However, I also kind of see Matt's point here.
Now, Clifton Harris, I agree with his point wholeheartedly. Nobody can ever wear 7 in Denver again. Elway, GOAT. I agree. If I can put your name and the phrase greatest of all time in a sentence, retire their number. I'm all in. When we get to Matt Leinart swinging it around because you can't have my number, bro,
But remember, it's at that school. So, I mean,
That's fine. Matt Leinart was no better than the fourth best player on that team at any time that he was at USC. And I will fight you to the death on that. I think I could have played quarterback at USC when Matt Leinart was there and probably been an All-American.
Wait a minute. Reggie Bush and who else?
Oh, Reggie, but they had hold on. Let's just go back and let's go back and
sure. Yeah,
Leinart was
my memory because I don't remember anybody else on that team but those two.
Leinart was 04.
Lindale White, was he on that?
Lindale White was the backup running back on that team.
Right. He was the bruiser back.
They had a lot of guys.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm getting there. It's there.
Quarterback always gets
that's fine.
Quarterback always gets the little tip of the cap there.
Matt, so the 04 team had 1, 2, 3, 4. The 04 USC team had 5 receivers that played in the NFL. They had 3 quarterbacks that played in the NFL. They had 3 running backs that played in the NFL. Good Lord, this team was good. It's going to be names that don't mean a lot to you. I just remember evaluating them coming into the draft going, you're not going to be great NFL players, but my God, you were good college football players.
Right. Just you retire the guy's number, don't come asking for it again.
I'm good retiring numbers. I'm just not good retiring as many as you do. We have breaking news.
Wowie!
Break the news. Who's gonna break the news? Who's gonna break the news? Who's gonna break the news?
Calling this breaking news is probably being a little generous to the term breaking news, but Hollywood Brown has signed with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yes, I would say that's.
I actually kind of like that, to be honest with you. If you keep A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith.
Or no A.J.
Brown. Would you rather have Hollywood Brown or Jahan Dotson?
Oh, I'm all the way in on Hollywood.
Him as a 3, I'm good.
I just think it was like who was it? Somebody in the chat said after I threw it to that last break, calling Jalen Waddle the star quarterback or the star wide receiver, and he was like, "Is he a star?" You're kind of being a little loosey goosey with that term. I think maybe you were a little loosey goosey with the breaking news term for Hollywood Brown. It's impactful, sure, because of what's going to happen with A.J. Brown. Does A.J. Brown stick around? And now, obviously, with A.J. and Hollywood and Devontae, how can Jalen Hurts screw this up?
And Dallas Goedert.
How can Nick Sirianni? Right. How can Nick? Yeah, that's right. Dallas Goedert's back now too. So how can you screw this up? Would be the question. A.J. Brown not there? Okay, then that makes me feel significantly less happy about the offense. Because obviously it's not apples to apples. Going A.J. Brown to Hollywood Brown.
Yeah, I don't see any way that happens. The only way Philadelphia is trading A.J. Brown is if you're giving up a 1 next year, and they'll go swinging for the fences for another receiver. Might be one in this draft class, but Hollywood's the 3. He's a nice deep threat.
Yep.
Yes.
Very good. Very good move. You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, 1400. Take a quick break. When we return, keep an eye on the news.
ESPN Asheville, your mountain weather forecast.
A chilly St. Patrick.
All right, you're clear.
Everybody's got a
Thank you
for that. Seeing a few clouds around with sunshine. Otherwise, a northwest breeze is going to add a little bite to the upper 30s. Tonight, back into the teens. Might be a degree or 2 colder than what you saw this morning on the car thermometer. So heavier jacket tomorrow morning, may need it in the afternoon. Partly sunny, 45. Thursday, much better, sunshine, 60. From the Weather Channel, Ray Staging.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. Taco Bell's new Luxe Value Menu has 10 lavish indulgences, all $3 or less. It's easy to get carried away. Like when you try the new mini taco salad, you might ask, do I need a salad fork? The fork in the bag's fine. Luxe Value Menu at participating locations while supplies last. Price and participation vary. Tax extra.
Wednesday, March 25th, the Orange Peel presents Wolfgang Van Halen's Mammoth. Get your tickets now online at theorangepeel.net. Don't miss Mammoth live March 25th. See you at the Peel.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
Progressive Commercial Insurance flexes to fit your business needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Get a quote today in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Real subjects, real talk, guaranteed human.
Are we going to live under democracy or socialism?
2025 Edward R. Murrow Award winner for continuing coverage in a small market. News Radio 570 WWNC.
Clarissa sells WNC as the #1 team in Buncombe County. We have the customer service experience to assist you in achieving your real estate goals. Our team offers something that 90% of listings in our market won't have: Zillow Showcase. Check us out at clarissasellswnc.com.
It's the moment you dream of, the moment you work for, train for, run wind sprints when nobody's watching for, the moment when hours of gym time, court time, prep time, all culminate into this time, the moment when millions of bounces, blocks, and boards all add up to this, your moment. Ingalls, we're with you every step of the way.
It's sad that civil discourse in the political world is rare. Hard to have conversations and just agree to disagree or even hear each other out. Just two sides sit down and settle it out over a pint. Well, that's what our Politics and Pints event on April the 16th is all about. Join Mark Starling and myself at Cultivated Cocktails, 161 Charlotte Highway. We'll have special guests to help steer the discussion. Keep listening to News Radio 570 WWNC for details.
I'm Coley Duffy.
I'm Cody Ward.
And
we're the Chainsaw Brothers.
Actually, we're cousins. A few days after Helene, we was in the driveway having a couple beers, waiting on the power to come back on. And we heard so many people calling, needing trees removed, and couldn't afford it.
So I called my dad to borrow a chainsaw, and over the next few months, we cleared trees for our neighbors. Our business was born out of wanting to help Western North Carolina get back on our feet.
We are fully insured and licensed. We keep our promises, meaning if we say we're going to be there, we'll be there. In these parts, we live how we were raised.
When you call the Chainsaw Brothers, you're not a customer, you're family. We're good at what we do, and we do it for a reasonable cost.
For all your chainsaw needs, call the Chainsaw Brothers. 828-316-1013. Or find us on Facebook. See how we treat our family.
Are you still covered up with storm damage and debris?
Call us about our daily rates at 828-316-1013. That's 828-316-1013. We're the Chainsaw Brothers, and with our neighbors, we are Western North Carolina strong.
Woohoo!
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Asheville's #1 sports station, ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. The Sportsocracy.
It fires me up, man. I love it. Say it one more time.
The Sportsocracy.
Shake it back!
Beer City's best sports talk.
It is gross.
Just earlier.
They are mature, actually. You just have to get to know them better.
Your lunchtime dose of dumbassery. Live from the Inkle studio.
We are back in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. It's 92.9 FM, 880 AM, 1400. It's a tournament Tuesday. Looking forward to the start of the NCAA tournament tonight here in the state of North Carolina. I mean, it's like peas and carrots. It's like Forrest and Jenny. March.
I don't think that ended the way you wanted it to.
Time.
I don't know that I would go with that reference. Forrest and Jenny didn't have the happy ending that people make it sound like they did.
I mean, he ended up kind of happy. I mean, he had a kid. So.
Yeah. He got the kid out of it. That was sweet.
Yeah.
Other than that, it was just 40 years of getting kicked right in the nethers. Just, nope, no. Anybody but you.
Okay. I mean, they were still together. I'm saying.
Yeah, for about
it was
8
always
minutes.
That way for him.
That was a happy ending the same way Titanic was a happy ending. No, it wasn't.
Yeah, they're horrible people, women.
That would be at SportsTech ESPN. I didn't even give him a chance to backtrack that one.
Nope. They're the root of all our damn problems. The NFL and the move for Jalen Waddle has now, I mean, I would think, has now sparked things up for the Philadelphia Eagles and A.J. Brown. Tyreek Hill's still out there if somebody wants to make that move. Go out and take the other piece of the Miami Dolphins. And you just look back at Tua and Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill and Bradley Chubb and who else was on that? Minkah Fitzpatrick was on that team last year. Jalen Phillips, right? He's no longer around. This is how you do it. This is how you have to reset the decks after making the bad decision on a quarterback.
And that has seeded to the next dynasty of the Miami Dolphins, led by Jordan Phillips, Cameron Good, and Zeke Biggers. Gross.
I don't know about all that, but
David Ajabo's star turn. 6 years in, he finally figures it out.
It set everything up for Dante Hall, or who else in the next draft? Who's Arch Manning?
Dante Moore. Dante Hall was a kick returner for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Sorry, Dante Moore.
I just looked. Don't ask me why I looked this up, but I did. I want to play a fun game of how many tackles does David Ajabo have in his career? He was a second-round pick of the Baltimore Ravens.
37.
You're too high. It's 32. He has 4.5 total sacks, and the Miami Dolphins went, that guy still juice in that one. Okay. Sure there is.
You know, when you have the opportunity, like, you know, a draft that is chock full of just banger players, you really want to have 15 picks in the draft before it.
Oh, for sure.
Because that's the kicker of all of this. Like, let's just wait till the Miami Dolphins go through this. And then you ended up taking 15 players in this draft where you could have got better players next time.
The Miami, I mean, and this is just me as a Jets fan. I do look at the Miami Dolphins and go, you know, as just a fan of a really bad team, it does feel as though that we were the dumb kid in the spelling bee. And then along comes one to make us feel better that was using numbers and stuff. And that's Miami. We're bad. You're horror awful. And it does make me feel significantly better because that Miami team is just an absolute assault on your eyeballs. And it all comes from you gave money to Tua Tagovailoa when you shouldn't have because you didn't have any other option. You had a 2-quarterback draft. You took the third one ahead of one of the others, and then you gave him a boatload of money.
Yep. That is true. Sorry, there's a commotion going on in the studio here. Apparently, we've lost some signal on the FM side, so we're battling through, but we just continue on as normal.
You mean something went wrong in our Stoogie box? Whatever could they? I declare, clutch my pearls.
Yeah, somewhere in the building, something has gone wrong. So we're apparently still on the AM, but we're not on the FM at the moment, and so they're trying to figure out what's going on with that.
Which means there are people riding around Asheville right now going, "Where'd those two goobers go?"
It's okay. Nobody's listening anyway.
Yeah, it's fine. That's why we can say whatever we want to.
Pretty much. Where does the ripple go from here? Well, what's the next move, do you think?
Well, I mean, look, I would say there are probably a lot of guys that could be had. There are a lot of picks that could be had. I mean, we're about a quarter of the way through our first 7-round mock draft. You know what I'm seeing a lot of? Hey, my team should trade down. Yeah, they should. The problem is, this is kind of like the dance in middle school. Just because you want to dance with the girl doesn't mean she wants to dance with you. And if you don't have anybody to dance with, you wind up being like Tank, just standing out in the middle of the floor hugging yourself.
Oh,
poor little Tank.
This is just dancing with myself.
You did that, did you? You were that 100%. Kid that was like, I'm just going to stand out here and hug myself real tight.
I'm just dancing. Hey, you leave the dance floor during the slow songs, and then you come back out for the fast songs.
Oh, yeah, Tank was out there doing the Macarena, and then Casey and JoJo hits, and he goes, exit 100%. Stage right.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty much how it went.
I'm going to go get a corn dog. I'll see y'all in 4 to 5 minutes.
My boys over at the Sound Extreme. That's who we always had at our dances.
Well, I mean, you work with one of them now, so
always had that list ready to go. Well, yeah, but I mean, we were in high school together, so he wasn't ever at our high school dances. He worked for them after that.
I did the same thing. But I did have a firm rule of I do not do school dances ever.
I get it.
I'm going to see a mom that's a chaperone, and we're going to have an awkward moment. Pass.
Of course, Jeremy's that guy. He's like,
pass. How do you know my mom? Shut up and go get a corn dog, Joey. Don't you worry about it. Just tell her to make sure she gets you some more fruit snacks, you little turd.
Right. Did y'all actually have like a good place to have to have dances and stuff, or did you guys have to do like we did over at Irwin and like move the slushy machine so that they could set up the Sound Extreme stage?
No, we did when I was in middle school. We did them in the gym, and then when I got to high school, we did them in like Deer Park and Biltmore and.
Oh yeah, you went to fancy school.
Yeah, I always had to play that fun game of. This could get awkward fast.
Yeah.
How are you, Caitlin? You're looking well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who is she? I don't know. I paid her to come with me. This is getting awkward for me.
Yes. Okay. All right. There you go. Jeremy doesn't do school dances.
No. Nope. I am doing a wedding this spring. I had somebody come to me and ask me to do their wedding, and I went, that's going to be expensive. And they slid a number, and I went, found it.
Okay. Yep.
Nailed it.
Everybody's got a price.
I grew up in the Ted DiBiase school. Everybody's got a price.
Right. Exactly. What is the deal with Tyreek? What's the latest update on his search?
Well, I mean, we always knew he was going to be a later one.
Right, but I don't feel like his name has not surfaced from any rumors yet, and that I think now's the time.
I think you're still a little early.
Okay.
I mean, you got to remember, he's coming off a just absolute
brutal
devastation of an injury.
Yes.
So, I mean, I would say he's one that might even be after the draft.
Okay. Let things shake out and then see what we're dealing with.
Well, I mean, there's only a handful of players for Tyreek. I mean, be really honest with yourself. A guy, what is he, 31? That was a speed guy anyway, coming off a serious knee injury, and you're only going to have a handful of suitors. Because he's not going to play for the Browns.
He's 32. He's 32 years old. Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like Baltimore makes a lot of sense there.
Baltimore makes a lot of sense. Kansas City makes a lot of sense, and then it gets really hard to find a third.
Mm-hmm. But after Denver's move, like I say, the pressure's on for the Patriots to make a move. I think the pressure's on for the Ravens as well. And we'll see who's interested in A.J. Brown.
I think there's a possibility he gets traded after the draft. Maybe even at the draft. He got traded at the draft the first time.
That is true. For what? 13?
Traylon Burks.
Yeah.
Tennessee traded him, then immediately took Traylon Burks, and things went very sideways from there.
Mm-hmm.
That would be, I hate to use the same analogy we just used. That'd be like going to the high school dance with the homecoming queen, breaking up with her midway through the dance and starting to dance with a mop.
Yep. Apparently, Joshua Pennick says the Jets-Dolphins toilet bowl is going to be legendary this year.
Oh, the Jets will beat the bejesus out of the Miami Dolphins. They may not beat anybody else, but they'll beat them within an inch of their lives.
I mean, Miami with this roster, if you win a game, I feel like you've overachieved.
I don't know
what rookies. I don't know what rookies you're going to add to this, but I don't know that you can add any impact rookies.
Well, I mean, just ask yourself this question: name yourself a quarterback room that's worse than the Miami Dolphins. Maybe Arizona, maybe Cleveland. Worst receiver room, not applicable. Worst offensive line, not applicable.
Mm-hmm.
Worst defensive line, not applicable. Got a couple linebackers. Who has a worse secondary than Miami? Not one. Their three starting corners right now are Juju Brents, Jason Marshall, and Lonnie Johnson.
No, thank you. But now they've got a lot of room to make moves. So look, they can add 2 skill positions in the first round. Yeah, they could.
Yay.
But what good is that going to do for Malik Willis?
Not much.
I get that there are a lot of people that really hope that this works, that are hoping that Malik Willis, he's the next one, right? The hope is he's the next one in line. He's the next Sam Darnold that nobody believed in, never got his shot. God, I saw that so many places with people writing up about him. Not just him. Somebody wrote that the other day about Trey Lance, and I had to chuckle.
Oh, speaking of...
Never got his shot. Okay, listen, Chuckles, for that to matter in anything, you have to earn a shot first. I mean, Trey Lance was handed the reins of an NFL franchise, and they went immediately, no, this is not going to work.
Yeah, he played, 4 games, and they went, nope.
Yeah, the first 3 seconds he got hurt. And then he was just not good.
Speaking of Trey Lance, and this is a reason that you should always be kind of careful judging a book by its cover. You remember when Miami traded away the 3rd pick to San Francisco? They got 3 1s and a 3.
Mm-hmm.
Do you realize that not one player in that deal 5 years later is still on the same team that they started with? They're all gone.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I guess at one point you could say, good on you for dodging the bullet, right? You didn't make the deal. You didn't take Trey Lance.
No, because you had taken Tua Tagovailoa the year before.
Right. But I mean, you already made the mistake with Tua. And this is worse than I could ever have imagined. I had high hopes that they were at least going to be competitive. And they weren't. I mean, they were for a year. 1 year, didn't they make it to 8 and 9? One of those. They made it to
the playoffs 1 year and played Kansas City in an ice bowl, and I think Tua completed about 4 more passes than I did.
Yeah, there it is.
And not to rain on Miami even further, but would you like to hear the list of teams in the NFL that have less cap space right now than Miami?
Yes.
You want to hear it again?
None?
They're dead last.
Boo. Again, another reason why this is the only way to respond. It's just tear it to the studs. And hope to God you get it right this time. Because you couldn't get it right with the past 5 administrations or how many ever there's been. Right? Since you hired Jimmy Johnson.
I would say that was the start of it going sideways.
Right. But I mean that was the last time that there was true excitement, I feel. And for the last 30 years, the Miami Dolphins have been about as good as the New York Jets.
I mean, the Miami Dolphins have been on a slow descent since they went undefeated. And now they have finally hit the ground, and they hit it hard.
Well, I mean, I guess if you can suspend the free fall for 40 years, then maybe it's worth it. 50 years. Hell. I forgot they had that 50-year anniversary. It was, 3 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yikes. And they'll never – I don't see a path where they ever change.
Well, I mean, you got a lot of money next year. They're going to have roughly $180 million in salary cap space next year, so you can do a lot. The problem is that great players don't tend to ever hit free agency. You need to be using that money to keep your own players. The problem is Miami's got to be looking around going, which one of y'all do we actually want to keep? Oh, none of – oh, great. Awesome.
Mm-hmm. None of them.
We don't even have the hot young player that is like, we'll build around Chop Robinson. Okay. Or Kenneth Grant. It is hard to draft this poorly for this long and wind up with a team that is this bad. I mean, they are just absolutely unequivocally brutal.
All right, we're going to take a break here in the Sportsocracy. It is ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. We'll be right back.
We honor the biggest star.
And we're clear.
Genres of music that you love listening to all year long.
Don't miss our 2026 iHeartRadio Music Awards. Watch live on Fox Thursday, March 26th.
Starting at 8 p.m.
And listen on iHeartRadio stations across America and the free iHeart app.
Trashy is a proud partner of the 2026 iHeartRadio Music Awards. This spring, turn your closet clutter into rewards with the Take Back Bag. Learn more and get started at trashy.io.
This is Jim.
Hello.
Jim started advertising with iHeartRadio way back in April. And now?
I have customers out the door.
And this is Sarah.
Hi.
She started putting a portion of her marketing dollars in podcasting back in June.
Business is booming. That's why I'm working on a Saturday.
Want to be like Jim and Sarah? It's easy. All you have to do is own or manage a business and reach out to iHeart. Get started today at 844-844-iHeart or iHeartAdvertising.com.
This is J.W. Whitley, General Manager at Parks Ford of Hendersonville. Our value of urgency, timely, responsive, focused, prioritizing you as our customer and the community that we serve to do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
The world's best bull riders. 1 shot, 8 seconds, no mercy. The rankest bulls in the sport are waiting. This is professional bull riding. Watch it live as we unleash the beast. This weekend from Indianapolis, only on Paramount Plus.
I'm Miles Turner.
And I'm Brianna Stewart.
And our podcast, Game Recognized Game, has never been done before.
2 active players giving you a real look at our lives and what we actually think on and off the court. We talk tanking. I might get in trouble for this answer, but I think it's definitely happening in the WNBA.
We talk about our mistakes too. They pulled me to the side and was like, hey man, we got a call last night, man. You can't be rolling around the city like this tonight before games. Open your free iHeartRadio app. Search Game Recognized Game and listen now.
Clarissa Sells WNC is the #1 team in Buncombe County. We have the customer service experience to assist you in achieving your real estate goals. Our team offers something that 90% of listings in our market won't have, Zillow Showcase. Check us out at clarissasellswnc.com.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Our mission, to improve lives with every interaction. This is JW, General Manager at Parks Ford Hendersonville. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com. That's parksfordhendersonville.com.
Now we're back in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. Hopefully, if you're listening on the terrestrial signal, you can hear us once again. Still working on making sure all of the things are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Back here in the Sportsocracy, though, we're taking stock after another big move in the NFL, and now looking forward to what's left in free agency. What do we have left to do? Who's the team that you look at right now and go, you're either missing the boat or now's the time to strike on a deal or something?
Well, I mean, there's not a ton of good free agents left. You know, Stephon Diggs, Juwan Jennings, Taylor Decker, maybe. Aaron Rodgers, maybe. I mean, we're officially to that point where you look around and go, if you hadn't addressed it now, you better hope to God there's one in the draft that can get you right, because there's not a lot of free agents left.
All right.
I mean, I see teams clamoring for Trayvon Diggs, which is terrifying.
Yeah. But at this point, that's where you're at. You're fighting, one, over the scraps, and two, the scraps that still have meaty bits on them. There's a few. They're very few and far between. So, I mean, but does that mean that Trayvon Diggs is going to get a contract that you don't agree with?
No, I would say
more than likely.
I will be shocked. I mean, and I'm literally looking at the list right now. I think David Njoku could still get a decent payout. Stephon Diggs could still – his legal issues are going to really hang him up. Maybe Taylor Decker gets a desperate team that still needs a left tackle. Other than that, it's Jawan Jennings. There's not another big deal to be had. And I'm just going through the list going, that's 1 year deal, that's 1 year deal, that's 1 year deal, that's 1 year deal. I don't think there are many big ones left. If you're that desperate, you're chasing a trade. And unless you're willing to do what Denver did today, which is we're going to give up a lot of picks for a player that fills a hole for us, I don't necessarily know that there's a ton of those left.
So if you switch your eyes to the NFL draft, what are the remaining team needs? Where do we start?
That's totally up to you.
Well, you told me you only had a list of like 8 teams. I'm not guessing which one.
I can 100% tell that the iHeartRadio building has been infiltrated by the gremlins.
Why do you say that?
Because it's taken about 10 seconds for anything you to say to get to me. Right now, I'm watching you on the screen, and you look like a bad Japanese horror film.
A bad ventriloquist.
Yeah, because you react, and then the noise comes out of your face. Like,
wonderful. Yeah, there's a ghost in the building. I'm not sure.
Oh, for sure. Hey, look, it was good when I left yesterday. I saw it. Everything worked when I left. The night shift, they do what they do.
All right, so let's start at the top of the draft. The Raiders are getting their quarterback, but what else?
You got to find somebody for him to throw to. I mean, and I know you're a Raider hater, so you're not going to have a ton of great things to say about the Raiders. I think the defense will be markedly improved. The problem is I'm still looking around going, you're throwing to Trey Tucker, Jalen Naylor, Jack Betch, and Dante Thornton. I mean, you can give me the Brock Bowers is really the one all you want to. He's still a tight end. Mm-hmm. And there's a reason you don't see really successful – the way you successfully build an NFL roster is that the tight end becomes the matchup nightmare because you have things on the outside that they can't match up with. Right now, you play a high-end team, if you're the Raiders, and they have a number one corner, that number one corner is probably going to be on Brock Bowers. Because I'm not scared of anybody else. Okay, Trey Tucker can run by me. The second I get a hand on him, he's doomed. Because he's a little tiny guy. Naylor, okay, you liked him. I'm not sure I understand why, but he's fine. You don't have a number one receiver. I could make the argument that you don't really have a 2.
Absolutely. If there was another wide receiver, or if these wide receivers were on any other team, they'd be the 3 on most of them.
I mean, on any good team, you would be lucky if one of these guys was the 3. I mean, that's how bad this receiver room is. But I mean, this is the patent flaw in moving coaches, moving GMs, doing all of the things that you do year in, year out, because now you're stuck with a Jack Betch that you took in the second round. You're I don't want to say stuck with Dante Thornton because I probably like him better than really any of the others on this team, but there's not a lot of investment here that another GM, another coach are really going to feel good about. So I almost feel like the Raiders are shoehorned into taking a receiver in the second round, whether they like it or not. It doesn't matter. They've got to have somebody that can play on the outside. Because currently you don't have one of those. It's Trey Tucker and a bunch of slot guys. And that's not a recipe for success with a young number one pick quarterback.
Right. The question I have is, okay, so the Raiders at this point, they don't have that number one wide receiver. Are they going to find one in the draft? Because you're going to take Fernando with the number one pick, so that means top of the second round, you've got to hit the wide receiver there, or you're not getting one, right? Can you find a number one wide receiver in the third round of this draft?
A number one for this team, yes. A number 1 for most teams, no, probably not.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I know I'm being kind of funny there, but in all reality, you know how much I like Ted Hurst. If Ted Hurst was their pick at the top of 3, fact or fiction, he's the best receiver on that team.
Agreed.
So that's where it's kind of a tough question to answer. I mean, if the Raiders fall in love with one of these guys, and there are a handful of outside guys that I could see the path you fall in love with, I understand how you'd fall in love with Ted Hurst. I understand how you'd fall in love with Chris Brazell. I guess to a point I get Malachi Fields. I never understood it the way other people did. I mean, you remember when we were talking about him going in the first round? That was a fun day, wasn't it? Jacoby Lane, I get that one too. But it's still not a true one. You might get lucky and it's a legit 1B, but that's probably the best you can expect.
Yeah. Just because he's the best receiver on your team doesn't mean he's a 1. The Green Bay Packers have been living by this rule for a while.
Well, I mean, and you also got to remember that you hired a coach that I feel very confident the reason he was so attractive to the Raiders is because they just watched him make chicken salad out of one receiver and a bunch of dudes. Because Rashid Shaheed, as much as I like him, he was never really that guy in New Orleans. He was a good deep threat, but he wasn't a legit number 2. Cooper Kupp looks 10,000 years old, and Torrey Horton got hurt. So, I mean, he managed to produce an offense with the likes of Jake Bobo. I feel like the Raiders ownership and brain trust looked at that and went, if he can do it there's no reason he can't do it here.
Right. You are in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. We'll talk about the next need that you need for your NFL team. Coming up next.
ESPN Asheville.
And we're clear.
You normalize there at the end.
A chilly St. Patrick's Day.
I think he was resetting internet connections or something because it got
around with
bad
sunshine otherwise.
there for a minute.
Yeah. I don't know. He was like, he came in here and he was like, at 1:01, you guys just went off the air. And I was like, well, 1:01, I was in the middle of the open. Like, there's nothing I did. Nothing changed.
Channel race staging.
This report sponsored by Odoo.com. All your business apps in one place. Your business deserves tools to make you feel in control, not overwhelmed. With Odoo's all-in-one, easy-to-use platform, everything is together so you can focus on what matters. Start at Odoo.com today. That's ODOO.com.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions.
Do you want to send me a list of the teams that you did the background on already?
This is an important message for all parents of teens. If your teen or preteen is or has been addicted to social media sites such as Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, or YouTube, and they have suffered from eating disorders, body image issues, anxiety, depression, or suicidal thoughts, you may be eligible to participate in a lawsuit for significant compensation. Disclosures by a Facebook whistleblower show Instagram and Facebook know their social media platforms were highly addictive and may have caused eating disorders, body image issues, depression, and suicidal ideation. It appears these social media companies knew they had been causing serious harm to kids, but have done little to stop it. You didn't hear any of that, did you? If your teen has been harmed by social media,
I did not hear any of that.
I forgot to turn the mic
TikTok,
up.
or YouTube.
It's the first 7 of the mock draft list. 49ers, Bears, Bengals, Bills, Broncos, Browns, and Bucks.
To 323232. Parent to 323232. Parent to 323232.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson, media advertising specialists.
How long do I have right here?
For the content of this ad with principal offices in Chicago, Illinois.
Minute 45.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Hold times here.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Right on.
The Red Talkback mic on the iHeartRadio app and send us a voice note instantly.
I do agree with that guess.
A stress-free way to join the convo on your own time. Try it now on the free iHeartRadio app.
Selling your home? Don't settle for average. Our real estate team at Clarissa Sells WNC and eXp Realty offers Zillow Showcase, an exclusive AI-powered listing experience available to just the top 10% of all listings in our area. With immersive media, cutting-edge design, and elevated marketing, Showcase listings, they go pending quicker and sell for up to $9,000 more than standard listings. Ready to stand out in a crowded market? Give our team a call today, 828-774-6343, because your home deserves the spotlight.
ESPN Asheville, broadcasting from the Ingles studio at Radio Ranch. Log on to ESPNAVL.com and make us your number one preset on the iHeartRadio app. ESPN Asheville, number one for sports coverage in the mountains.
It's the moment you dream of, the moment you work for, train for, run wind.
You have a weird story?
Nobody's watching for. The moment when hours of gym time, court time, prep time, all culminate into this time. The moment when millions of bounces, blocks, and boards all this. Your moment.
I do.
Ingles.
Oh, good.
Every step of the way.
This is J.W. Whitley, General Manager at Parks Ford of Hendersonville. Our value of commitment. Committed to you as our customers and the community that we serve. To do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
On the weird scale, there's Vegas, there's Florida, and there's Asheville. Let's get weird, Asheville.
We're back at the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. Jeremy, you got a weird one for us? Birthday boy?
I do. The retro era.
I think the weirdest story of yesterday was that Jeremy did not get blindingly drunk last night for his birthday.
Well, here's the thing. I'm getting older, and St. Patrick's Day is today. So you got to conserve your energy, make smart decisions, and I'll see you tonight all dressed up in green. So
he's learning stuff.
Look, back-to-backers, the old doubleheader, that's getting harder to play.
No doubt.
I'm as, in the words of the late, great Toby Keith, I'm as good once as I ever was.
I'm proud of you. Good.
My story is about retro, and maybe I'm sensitive to this because I'm getting older. I got a year older yesterday. And now when I hear the word retro, I just hear old. GameStop made me feel old yesterday.
Okay.
They have officially declared the PS3, the Xbox 360, and the Wii U as retro consoles. I bought my own Xbox 360. I did that for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not ready for that to be called a retro console yet.
I mean, I thought it became a retro console once you got a new one.
Well, I mean, look, I'm not saying I'm sitting around playing it, but
right. I mean, like your PS4, you still play on it, but it's still like a retro machine.
Oh, I don't. I play my PS5, and that's
sure.
I mean, you want dedicated unk status? You're still playing on an Xbox? You're unk. Because the kids are making fun of you. Like
I get mine out every now and then.
Your Xbox?
On the Xbox, yeah, the original Xbox. I still got it. It's in a box in the garage.
Tank's out there playing block Halo. Like look, it still looks real to me.
Every now and then we take it out and play some NBA Jam. It's a throwback. It's fun to do.
Greatest console ever was what? And for this question, I'm not asking which one looked the best for its time. Which one was the most ahead of its time? And yes, there is a right answer to this.
I would say it was probably the PS5.
I don't know that it was ahead of its time. I mean, look, it was significantly better than the PS4.
Right.
The correct answer was the Sega Dreamcast.
Sure.
The Dreamcast was awesome. Sure. I still remember the Christmas I got that bad boy. I didn't accomplish squat for about 4 months after that.
The only thing I remember about the Dreamcast was that it had that boxing game.
Great North Sports. our tremendous Canadian. He got it all right. NFL Blitz on the Dreamcast was elite. Yes, it was. NFL 2K, whatever that was, on Dreamcast was elite. Oh, I played that game until my thumbs hurt. And now it's retro. Well, I'm not ready for it to be retro.
Gambit fan says Nintendo is retro, not the Xbox 360.
According to GameStop,
it's all retro. Like, once you get 3 generations past it, I think we're there. Because the Xbox 360, there've been like 3 of them since then, right? There was like the Xbox One, and then there was like the Xbox S, and then there was another. Do they even make Xboxes anymore?
I have no idea. I'm a PlayStation guy, so at this point, Microsoft could have disbanded Xbox, and I would not know. I've actually been sitting here the whole time trying to think, what is the Xbox actually called now? Because I don't know.
I don't know that anybody still plays Xbox.
I mean, somebody somewhere does.
Oh, I'm sure they do. Actually, and in fact, I know they do because I saw a post, was it like 2 days ago from, I want to say it was like Gerald McCoy, posted something to the effect of, don't stop making Xboxes because there's still some of us who play. Yeah, Gerald McCoy and his 5 friends are the only people that still play Xbox. I thought everybody had made the switch to PS5. I think they won the video game wars, did they not?
Oh, I feel very sure that yes, PlayStation won they won the wars.
Right, because I would say it's PlayStation, and then the Nintendo with the Switches, and then Xbox after that.
The Switch is pretty sweet.
I've never played it.
It is pretty sweet,
but I've never played it, so I can't tell you anything about that. But yeah, okay. Yes, these things are retro, and we're all old now. Like, we have to get past it. We get older. We can no longer drink like we used to. We can't do. You can't drink like you used to, and you know it.
Oh, I can.
You can put it away. I was going to say, you can put it away once, and then your life is going to be hell for the next 4 days. You can't do like you used to do in your 20s and go to like Carolina Rebellion and throw down for 4 days in a row.
Oh no, that would murk me.
Right back to work.
Oh yeah, no, that would murk me. A Carolina Rebellion right now, first of all, would hit like crack. Second of all, I would probably be dead by day 3. Great North Sports said, Tank, you obviously didn't watch our final mock draft. We were doing a shot of Fireball for like every 500 views that we got. It did 7-some-odd thousand. So you can assume by the end of it, we're like, pick number 100. You should pick a gooder player.
Sure. You can. I mean, you can do it once, but you can't do it with the veracity and the longevity that you once did. It's the nature of the beast.
I think the headline.
Get older, you just can't do it like you used to.
The headline of what you said there, did you say you have 4-day-long hangovers?
No, I was saying you can't go out and drink for 4 days in a row.
Okay.
Like you used to.
I swear I thought you said you had a hangover that lasts 4 days, and I'm like, you need to learn to do this better. I don't care how old you are. If that's going more than half a day, you should contact a doctor.
Yeah, no, I can shake a hangover pretty quickly. Fluids and medicine. It helps.
Get you a blue Gator Light before you head out. One right before you go night. You'll be just fine.
A little saturated fat in there.
You just remember Uncle Jeremy told you so. That's the cure. We have a super chat
and then hydrate it. That's right. The what was it? The The same thing that happens to your body when you die of thirst is what's happening to your body when you have a hangover. The answer is water. All of the water that you can drink.
Show me the money, money. Show me the money.
That's from our buddy Great North Sports. Said, do we go full fantasy guide or just rookie guide? What he's asking for is For the Mullet at the NFL Draft Nerds 2026 Comprehensive Guide to the 2026 NFL Draft. Rookie guide from Great North Sports will be in the Mullet, along with Bill Workman's top 256 for next year, my player profiles on the top 300, Bill's write-ups on 301 to 500, team needs, A-plus mock drafts, the Amon-Ra St. Brown team, all of the things you have come to know and love from the Draftmas season. We do have unfortunate news, though. Do you have the Sarah McLachlan music ready?
I do not, but give me 2 seconds and I got it now.
I will remember you.
March 30th, that was a very aggressive deadline that I set for myself, and I screwed that up. The actual release date will be April 13th.
Okay.
I got to halfway, and I looked at how long it took me to get there, and I went, okay. So I did this on a pretty normal time frame of, I'm working like a normal person, not sleeping in my office. And I have 13 days left. Well, the first half took me a month. So the second half, in theory, is probably also going to take a month. Mm-hmm. So we'll do the math.
What if you did it in chapters? Could you release it in chapters? Get like...
That's actually not a terrible idea.
You get like 3 different points of sale, maybe. Of, hey, you want the top 200. Here's the top 200. Hey, you want rounds 6 to 7. Here's round 6 to 7. Hey, you want next year's list? Here's next year's. I don't know. I'm just spitballing live on the radio like we like to do.
The only problem with that is that means I have to render out the book 3 separate times, and that gave me angina just thinking about it.
That is true.
I actually hiccuped just thinking about that.
You go first edition, second edition, third edition, and if you want the information that bad, you'll get all 3, collect them all, put little Pokemons in them or something. I don't know.
And that, boys and girls, is why we allow Jeremy to do the marketing.
Wait, just spitballing. Let's talk about the Cleveland Browns for a little bit here. If we're looking at teams that need fixing, the Cleveland Browns surely are one of those. No move that they could make in the offseason is really going to make you feel good about this, other than, hiring a coach that just goes, that kid that we drafted last year? No, not that one. The other one? Yeah, he's not good. We're going to move on from him. That was the only thing that you could have done in the offseason to make me go, hey, you know what? I think you're on the right path. I think you're headed in the right direction. What would you do if you're Andrew Berry now, staring at the NFL draft going, I need to turn this turd into something?
Well, it's one of the beauties of going through all these iterations of mock drafts and looking at each one of these teams individually for, hours on end. The Cleveland Browns have to come out of the first round of the draft with 2 things: a left tackle and a wide receiver. Well, I hate to tell you this, you're not getting a left tackle at 24. So what does that mean?
No, you're going to have to use the first pick on the tackle.
Mm-hmm. And who's that tackle going to be? Because I said he needs to play on the left. I don't know that I've ever been as sure Monroe Freeling is probably going to be the 6th pick in the draft. I didn't say he deserved to be. Whoa. I said I'm getting to that point where you just look at what Cleveland did. They left that hole open. What does that tell you? It tells you that they feel like they're going to fill the left side with a guy. I mean, I just refuse to believe you spent that much money to go, we're going to start DeJuan Jones at left tackle. I don't believe you. So I am getting to the point where I think there's a good chance Monroe Freeling is the 6th pick in this draft.
Then they wouldn't take like Maui Noah and try to make him a left tackle.
Maui Noah can't play. Maui Noah didn't play on the left side in college. He's sure as hell not playing on the left side in the NFL.
It feels like a Browns thing to do. We're going to take whatever tackle there and make him play whatever position we want him to play.
Considering they had James Brockermeyer and Markel Bell playing on the left side, I'm going to go out on a limb and say if Maui Noah could have played on the left, he would have. Fano, that one's more debatable, but he played on the right side too.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're both right tackles. I think Freeling's the only true, honest-to-God, natural left tackle, unless you want to take a shot on one in round 2 or 3, and good luck.
And they'll go flashy to get him a wide receiver at 6.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it because it just ultimately ends up any way other than that ends up the same way, which is week 1 you trot out an offensive line that has DeJuan Jones starting on the left side. Mm-hmm. And if you want to know a quick way for Shedeur Sanders to be just nothing more than roadkill, that's a real good way to do it.
Yeah, but Cleveland's at that point too, aren't they? We're just here for the party. Because we're not going to compete for anything this year.
Well, I mean, Andrew Berry's fighting for his job. So he's the one that's making these selections. You always got to remember that. How hot is the temperature in your kitchen is a really good indicator of what you're going to do in the draft.
Yeah, but can he jump out and take Monroe Freeling at 6 and survive if it's bad?
No.
No,
you know what else he can't do? He can't survive taking Jordan Tyson at 6 and Shedeur Sanders gets sacked 96 times because DeJuan Jones couldn't block me. DeJuan Jones is fine as long as he never sees speed. The problem is the first time he sees speed, he's so big and lumbering that he can't get out there to block it.
Right.
And Shedeur holds onto the ball too long anyway. So, I mean, you can't walk into a season with that being a problem because the minute you do, who do you think the blame's going to fall on?
Right.
So, yeah, if Monroe Freeling's a bust, he's doomed. Halsey in our YouTube chat said, is Monroe Freeling the Trayvon Walker traits riser of the 2026 draft? I don't know if I can go there. I remember the Trayvon Walker thing. Tank, I'm pretty sure you remember it too because I don't ever let anybody forget. I think I was the first one that said he's going to go number 1.
Yeah.
The thing on Walker was he was such a freak of nature that I knew Trent Baalke was going to fall for it. Not that he wasn't good. It was just very clear that Aiden Hutchinson was a better football player.
Mm-hmm.
But Baalke was a traits guy. The thing with Monroe Freeling is that we have 5 tackles that could go in round 1. Freeling's the only one that naturally plays on the left side. Lamu played on the left side because he had Fano on the right. If they'd had anybody else to play left tackle, he'd have been on the right too.
Okay.
This is one of those years I'm going to have to resist the urge to listen to the smoke to take me off where this is supposed to go. Because I feel on March 17th, like I got a pretty good read on this. I just need to stay the course. 1,000 points of light. We have a super chat.
All right.
The money, all about the money. I do this for my hustle.
This is from Havoc, who said Texans fans need to stop crying about the Titans' new uniforms. You're an expansion team from 2002, so you can kick rocks while playing in traffic. Are Texans fans complaining about the Titans going back to the Oilers colors? Because they shouldn't.
Probably.
I mean, in fairness, you stole your team name from the Kansas City Chiefs, so they were the Dallas Texans.
Yep.
I don't have as big a problem with Tennessee's little uniform redo. That franchise should be powder blue. Period.
Yes. Agreed.
I mean, it's so...
And they've been flirting with it for so long.
Well, I mean, it's so ingrained with the team that the Houston Cougars had powder blue uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
Or was that Houston or SMU?
That was Houston. And then they got in trouble for it.
Which was stupid.
Desist letter.
Which was stupid.
You stole our colors. Well, I mean, it is just a tip of the cap. I mean, really? You're going to sue us for that? Weird. Felt like a weird flex.
We were saying you did it right, and now we want to do it too.
Right. No, it just don't make no sense, does it? You're in the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400.
ESPN Asheville, your mountain weather forecast.
A chilly St. Patrick's Day, but I know everybody's got a remedy for that.
You good? That was a serious eye roll right at the end.
A northwest breeze is going to add a little bite to the upper 30s. Tonight, back into the teens. Might be a degree or two colder than what you saw this morning on the car thermometer. So heavier jacket tomorrow morning, may need it in the afternoon. Partly sunny, 45. Thursday, much better, sunshine, 60. From the Weather Channel race station.
This report sponsored by the experts at Howard Hanna Beverly Hanks Real Estate, the real estate leader in Western North Carolina.
Howard Hanna Beverly Hanks Real Estate is not like other real estate companies. They're built differently. As the #1 family-owned real estate company in the U.S., proven expertise and personalized service delivers results. Let them show you how at Howard Hanna Beverly Hanks.
Dan Scott here, inviting you to check out my new show every Sunday, 8 to 9 a.m. here on ESPN Asheville, where we bring sports and faith together. The Dan Scott Show, 8 a.m. Sundays on ESPN Asheville.
You don't always have to take it from me. Here is a recent 5-star review for Asheville Smiles. Crystal said, I absolutely love the Asheville Smiles team. The front office staff are genuinely kind, helpful, and truly make sure everyone is taken care of. Over the years, they've gotten to know me, and I love going in and catching up. Dr. Merrill is an absolute dental queen. She put together a comprehensive dental plan for me, respects both my budget and my time, and I feel confident that she'll help me keep my teeth my whole life. You too can get world-class dental care with a hometown heart at AshevilleSmiles.com.
Wednesday, March 25th, the Orange Peel presents Wolfgang Van Halen's Mammoth. Get your tickets now, online at theorangepeel.net. Don't miss Mammoth, live March 25th. See you at the Peel.
This is J.W. Whitley, General Manager at Parks Ford of Hendersonville. Our value of commitment, committed to you as our customers and the community that we serve. To do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
Clarissa Sells WNC is the #1 team in Buncombe County. We have the customer service experience to assist you in achieving your real estate goals. Our team offers something that 90% of listings in our market won't have, Zillow Showcase. Check us out at clarissasellswnc.com.
I'm Coley Duffy.
I'm Cody Ward.
And
we're the Chainsaw Brothers.
Actually, we're cousins. A few days after Helene, we was in the driveway having a couple beers, waiting on the power to come back on. And we heard so many people calling, needing trees removed, and couldn't afford it.
So I called my dad to borrow a chainsaw, and over the next few months, we cleared trees for our neighbors. Our business was born out of wanting to help Western North Carolina get back on our feet.
We are fully insured and licensed. We keep our promises, meaning if we say we're going to be there, we'll be there. In these parts, we live how we were raised.
When you call the Chainsaw Brothers, you're not a customer, you're family. We're good at what we do, and we do it for a reasonable cost.
For all your chainsaw needs, call the Chainsaw Brothers. 828-316-1013. Or find us on Facebook. See how we treat our family.
Are you still covered up with storm damage and debris?
Call us about our daily rates at 828-316-1013. That's 828-316-1013. We're the Chainsaw Brothers, and with our neighbors, we're Western North Carolina strong.
Woohoo!
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
I'll trust water bottles and a flashlight to save the day, but I'll be proved wrong.
With a tornado approaching, I'll realize that I like a wheelchair-accessible shelter.
When the floodwaters rise, I'll be up in the attic with 20 cans of beans. It's a recipe for disaster.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
It's the moment you dream of, the moment you work for. All culminate into this time, your moment. Ingles, we're with you every step of the way.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. Talk to someone if you're struggling with mental health, because most people out here really care. Find more information at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Asheville's #1 sports station, ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Some kids never smile. They're embarrassed by their crooked teeth. They want braces like the other kids, but their families can't afford them. Some may even try to straighten their teeth themselves. That can make everything worse. Luckily, there's Donated Orthodontic Services, a program from the American Association of Orthodontists. It helps provide orthodontic treatment to kids and teens whose families can't afford it. For kids who apply, are approved, and are matched with a volunteer orthodontist, it can be life-changing.
Yes, sir.
You got an aggressive eye roll right as the camera switched. You
A
good?
licensed local orthodontic specialist.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Smiles by correctly aligning teeth and jaws. Some kids think they'll never smile again.
You know, it's because there's that part of them. They're trying to straighten their teeth by themselves.
Oh, yeah.
This needs this needs to stop. This is in the American epidemic that we need to worry about.
Info.org.
Live from the Ingalls studios.
I can't wait to play with myself every day.
The Sportsocracy.
Damn the devil to hell! Let the big dog see! Let him on the field!
Come get you some of this.
Fire them cannons! By golly, put more powder in those things.
He couldn't take any more disappointment.
Oh my God. The Jets killed him.
And welcome back into the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. It's 92.9 FM, 880 AM, 1400. Coming to you live from Radio Ranch and the NFLDraft.net Mullet Manor, as Jeremy was afraid of the snow again.
I was not afraid of the snow, you jackal.
All trace of it. The whole trace of it.
Look, our division of labor here is very simple. You deal with news and talk and politics and all the things, and when things boing up like Winnie the Pooh's tiger friend in sports, I deal with them. That led to a fun morning of, oh crap, we didn't do that, we didn't do it, what are we going to do now? But it's satiated. It's fine. Never lie to your audience. It was done. We'll do it live, but it was done.
It was done. Indeed. Welcome back into the Sportsocracy. Looking at the NFL offseason team needs. The Denver Broncos. It feels like that should be a good place to start today, since they are the highlight of the day, because they got rid of their first-round pick and their third-round pick and their fourth-round pick in order to get Jalen Waddle. I was very shocked at all of the naysaying in our Discord. I just opened it up during the show, during one of the breaks, and no one in there seemed happy about this deal. I thought it was an excellent deal.
Well, because it sounds daunting when you hear a player that's probably no better than the 25th best wide receiver in the NFL got a 1, a 3, and a 4. Especially after we've spent the better part of a month talking about a 1 and a 3 for A.J. Brown. The New England Patriots won't come off that. That is I'm not going to lie to you, I did the same thing. When I saw it, that was a little bit of a, whoo. And then I thought about it, and very quickly I got to a place where I went, no, this is fine. In this draft class, that's fine.
Right. What are you getting? Will I get a player as good as Jalen Waddle at 30? No. Will I get 3 players that are as good as Jalen Waddle or as impactful as Jalen Waddle with the 3 picks that I gave up? Potentially, but it's a dart throw.
Well, I mean, you also have to remember I never want to go too deep divey, inside football, but I can't really help it here. So you look at the Denver Broncos, how many holes does that team actually have? You just look at the starters week in, week out. You need one corner, which if you actually hit on Jahdae Barron, it should be him. Maybe Vance Joseph will use him as a second-year player as opposed to a first. I would like to have another pass rusher. I would like to have another piece for the defensive line. And I needed a wide receiver. Mm-hmm. Now, ancillary, would I like to have another running back? Sure. If I feel good about R.J. Harvey and J.K. Dobbins, which, based off what they've done, they probably do, right, then where's the problem? There are different levels of team. The Denver Broncos don't have, and I don't have their exact picks in front of me, but I can find it. So before the trade today, Denver had 9 picks. Mm-hmm. Denver doesn't have 9 spots on the roster. Now they're down to 7. Okay, it's a little more manageable. Picks are later. They won't see the clock until 62. But I'm okay with that. Mm-hmm. If I add, and it could be a multitude of players. You could add a linebacker there. You could add an interior offensive lineman there. You could add a running back there if Mike Washington somehow fell in your lap. I don't think he's going to, but if he did. And this is a team that has hit on some guys in the middle rounds. Mm-hmm. We were talking about how bad Miami's been. All right. Let's play that same game with Denver. What year did Sean Payton? This is his 3rd year in Denver?
Yes.
So as much smack as I talk about Pat Bryant, he's still a good blocker. I think Matt said that in the YouTube chat. Troy Franklin's been a usable piece as a 4th rounder. Devin Vele was a 7th rounder that you've already gotten a pick for. Audric Estime's had a role. I still halfway like Chris Abrams' drain. Still think Q Robinson could be something. Those are all guys they took. It's easier for me to find potential in what Denver's done in those rounds than it is for me to find potential in what Miami's done in those rounds. Oh, by the way, and I'm not going to lie, I'm just curious if you even remembered this. Did you even remember Drew Sanders was on this team?
No.
I forgot. I was doing their team needs last night, and I forgot about him completely. Do I think he's a easy fit here? No. But he might be that other edge rusher. And look, he was a long, lean pass rusher coming out of Arkansas. He's still here for a reason. He didn't play a snap last year. He only played 39 or something like that one of the other 2 years he's been in the league. Mm-hmm. But, that's still a dart throw. I'll be honest with you. Take the injury history out. If Drew Sanders was in this class, I could make the argument he's a top 50 pick.
Yeah. I thought making the Jalen Waddle deal made all the sense in the world.
It makes a ton of sense to me.
I know you got to pay him. I know it's going to be it'll be a salary cap hit. I was looking at a breakdown from Spot Track on that they posted up on X, and it was something to the effect of they get a cap hit of like $6 million this year, and then it goes to 20 something next year, and I think it hits 30 the next year.
And that's for Denver?
Yes. And I'm okay with it.
2 years from now, $30 million, there's going to be 30 receivers that make $30 million. Right. Hell, Alec Pierce almost makes $30 million.
Right.
I'm not the biggest Jalen Waddle fan, but I like him better than Alec Pierce.
Mm-hmm. But
I think the deal makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah, but this also puts this in perspective for a team that might be after A.J. Brown. If you're a contender that's trying to make that move, right? If it's the New England Patriots, I would consider the same deal.
I've never believed, and I never will believe, that a team did not offer a 1 and a 3 in 2026 for A.J. Brown, and I'm fully convinced they were told no.
Yeah.
Philadelphia will deal you A.J. Brown, but you're coming off your pick next year. We want to be in that lottery, not in this one. Mm-hmm. Look, this is, and I'm going to use the most recent mock draft from Tankathon. It's where I always get picks just because they're super accurate on order. If I haven't gotten one from the NFL, which I did get this morning, I always go to Tankathon. They have them taking Caden Proctor at 23. Do you love that? Because I don't.
No.
Do you think it really benefits them to be looking at 31 as well, to add a Brandon Cisse or somebody of the like, Max Ionacher or something like that? Do you really feel like that changes things for Philadelphia? Because I don't.
No.
Then why in the world, in a market where Jalen Waddle got more than what they were allegedly asking for A.J. Brown, would somebody not have offered that? Mm-hmm. You can't tell me this offer just came out of thin air. I said this in hour one. Last night, we talked about this in overtime for a solid 5 minutes. I do not believe Philadelphia has any interest in getting back into round one of this class, unless it's in the top 10. Then we can talk. Because then you're getting into the Baileys and the Sonny Styles and guys like that where I can go, that guy can make my defense significantly better.
But is anybody giving that up?
No.
No.
I mean, there's one, but they're in your division. And I don't really think either one of them would be happy about a swapping out a 7 for A.J. Brown. I just don't believe it. You start looking at the teams I know definitively want to trade back. Philadelphia is not going to be a landing spot for any of them.
Yeah. So the Broncos needs as they sit. I wrote you mentioned defensive line, or a edge rusher, a linebacker, interior offensive line. What else would you add to this team, or did I miss anything?
You missed a running back. I do feel like to me, the biggest need on the team's a tight end. Jalen Waddle may have mitigated that to a point. Mm-hmm. But
they have Evan Ingram.
Yeah, I'm well aware.
Okay. All right.
I mean, do you feel like Evan Ingram is a real threat? Because I don't.
No, but I know how Sean Payton likes his tight ends.
Sean Payton likes his tight ends, and I think he thought Evan Ingram could be a wish version of how to fill that Joker role, and then Evan Ingram came out and had 50 catches and averaged 9 yards a target. I don't think that's going to sway him off Eli Stowers or Kenyon Sadiq if he were to somehow fall to them. Yeah. Which now with no first-round pick, that's not going to happen.
Right.
Sorry, it wasn't going to happen when you had a first-round pick. I was, being glass half full. It's certainly not happening now.
Right. Now you have to hope Stowers makes it to 62, which in your mock draft, in your 7-round mock draft, you did have happening.
I did. Might have been a little thumb on the scale for that, just me being totally honest. But, I think that's the right wheelhouse for it.
Yep, right.
Oh, I saw Randy just commented this in the YouTube chat.
Uh-huh.
The NFL salary cap is how much?
250?
302.
302, okay.
How much do the Miami Dolphins owe in dead cap for 2026?
How much?
Oh, no. I want to see how long it takes you to get there.
It's got to be over 100. It's got to be 150? No. 100 and somewhere in there. 160?
You're still too low.
175.
It's 175.
Wow.
50+ million for Tagovailoa, 28 for Hill, 26 for Waddle, 21 for Jalen Ramsey, 13 for Minkah Fitzpatrick, 11 for Bradley Chubb, almost 11 for Teron Armstead, who I swear to God I think retired 4 years ago. $5 million for James Daniels. Zach Wilson's almost 4. Alec Ingold is good. Golly, Miss Molly. That is the Miami Dolphins will be the worst team in NFL history in 2026.
Good night.
You said that team will be lucky to win a game. They won't win a game. They'll be lucky to not give up the most points a team's ever given up in NFL history.
But hey, at least they got the defensive coach, right? So maybe he can keep that from happening.
Oof. That is brutal.
All right, let's take a look at another team with some needs here heading into the 2026 NFL Draft, which will be our final stop on the Ingles Living the Dream Tour for the year. We'll be up in Pittsburgh for the week of the NFL Draft. April 23rd, right, is the first day of the draft, and that's the Thursday. First round of the draft. Let's go with the Bills. The Bills have made a couple of good moves in the offseason.
A couple. Mm-hmm. I got DJ Moore. What was the other one?
Well, I mean, they got Bradley Chubb, so at least you got a name.
Yay!
As an edge rusher.
Yippee skippy! You got another old edge rusher. Did you not learn the lesson with Joey Bosa?
No.
I couldn't care less about Bradley Chubb if I tried.
Really?
According to PFF grade, do you know where he ranked last year? 119 qualifying edge rushers. He was 103rd.
Sure.
And you're switching to a 3-4, which I'll be honest with you, I didn't realize how well suited they were for that until I went through this whole exercise and realized, okay, well, you're going to have Ed Oliver, Landon Jackson, TJ Sanders. That's kind of your rotation in the front three. Dayon Walker's really the only true nose that you have. Your linebacking core sucks. It's Dorian Williams, end of message. There are not more. You give me Terrell Bernard all you want to. I am tired of acquiescing this. He is bad at football. But you got a slew of edges because you got Rousseau, Chubb, Michael Hecht, and Javon Solomon. So to me, you've got to have a nose. If you're planning on going into this just thinking that it's Dayon Walker and we'll find a rotational piece, I think you need a true nose. I would say they're probably the drop dead on Caleb Banks. They might even – it wouldn't shock me if they fell in love with Lee Hunter, even though he's got a 21-inch vert, and yes, that does matter to a point. I got into a back and forth about how that didn't matter. It was not real hard to go, hey, do me a favor. Check every defensive lineman that's ever had a sub-24-inch vert and tell me how many of them were successful.
Have there been a bunch of them?
It's one. And now I can't remember who that one was.
Right.
Orlando Brown. That's the only offensive or defensive lineman that had a sub-24-inch vert that's ever really even fit the slot they were drafted in, and most of them fell into the third day.
Yeah.
When you're that unathletic, it's going to hurt you. It also shows really bad judgment that you actually did it and let us see it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they need that true nose. I still think they need another wide receiver. Am I wrong in that?
No, you're not.
Because I just don't think Keon Coleman does not fit Josh Allen. He's not accurate enough to make a wide receiver like that work.
Mm-hmm.
It's why, to me, it's why Josh Palmer hasn't worked there.
Yeah, Khalil Shakir is the only other piece that they have worth really talking about, and I mean he's fine, but I'd rather you draft somebody and add him to that room.
I don't necessarily want it to be early, but I do like my philosophy on receivers with the Bills goes back to Gabriel Davis. He's been completely irrelevant outside of being with Josh Allen. Mm-hmm. He is a big, deep threat receiver that can separate. He's not a very good route runner. Those kind of guys work with Josh Allen. Keon Coleman doesn't separate well. I think he's a plus route runner. sometimes has some iffy hands, but I need somebody else that can win over the top. I like DJ Moore, and I think he'll be just fine, but it doesn't change the fact that I need another one. And then you get to the interior of that line and go, sure, buddy. I thought Osiris Torrance was going to be so good, and he has so not been.
So interior offensive line, a true nose tackle, and a wide receiver.
And a linebacker.
And a linebacker.
If C.J. Allen's there for them at 26, they should do that. I don't know that they will. They've never really shown a propensity to take linebackers that high, but this is a completely different defense than what you're used to with Buffalo.
Well, you're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400.
We honor the biggest stars from
Clear
music
Thank
you
you.
love listening to all year long.
Don't miss our 2026 iHeartRadio Music Awards. Watch live on Fox Thursday, March 26th.
Starting at 8 p.m.
And listen on iHeartRadio stations across America and the free iHeart app.
Trashy is a proud partner of the 2026 iHeartRadio Music Awards. This spring, turn your closet clutter into rewards with the Take Back Bag. Learn more and get started at trashy.io.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out.
This is an important message for all parents of teens. If your teen or preteen is or has been addicted to social media sites such as Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, or YouTube, and they have suffered from eating disorders, body image issues, anxiety, depression, or suicidal thoughts, you may be eligible to participate in a lawsuit for significant compensation. Disclosures by a Facebook whistleblower show Instagram and Facebook know their social media platforms were highly addictive and may have caused eating disorders, body image issues, depression, and suicidal ideation. It appears these social media companies knew they had been causing serious harm to kids, but have done little to stop it. If your teen has been harmed by social media like Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, or YouTube, then you could be eligible for significant compensation. If you'd like to discuss a lawsuit, text PARENT to 323232. PARENT to 323232. PARENT to 323232.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson, Media Advertising Specialists, LLC, is responsible for the content of this ad with principal offices in Chicago, Illinois.
iHeart's Yacht Rock Radio goes commercial-free every weekend. Enjoy the greatest 70s and 80s smooth soft rock all weekend. All commercial-free. High tide, low tide, no tide. Yacht Rock Radio works anywhere. Open the free iHeartRadio app, search Yacht Rock, and make it a preset now.
Clarissa sells WNC as the #1 team in Buncombe County. We have the customer service experience to assist you in achieving your real estate goals. Our team offers something that 90% of listings in our market won't have, Zillow Showcase. Check us out at clarissasellswnc.com.
I'm Coley Duffy.
I'm Cody Ward.
And
we're the Chainsaw Brothers.
Actually, we're cousins. A few days after Helene, we was in the driveway having a couple beers, waiting on the power to come back on. And we heard so many people calling, needing trees removed, and couldn't afford it.
So I called my dad to borrow a chainsaw, and over the next few months, we cleared trees for our neighbors. Our business was born out of wanting to help Western North Carolina get back on our feet.
We are fully insured and licensed. We keep our promises, meaning if we say we're going to be there, we'll be there. In these parts, we live how we were raised.
When you call the Chainsaw Brothers, you're not a customer, you're family. We're good at what we do, and we do it for a reasonable cost.
For all your chainsaw needs, call the Chainsaw Brothers. 828-316-1013. Or find us on Facebook. See how we treat our family.
Are you still covered up with storm damage and debris?
Yes.
It's about our daily rates at 828-316-1013. That's 828-316-1013. We're the Chainsaw Brothers, and with our neighbors, we are Western North Carolina strong.
Woohoo! Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Our mission, to improve lives with every interaction. This is JW, General Manager at Parks Ford Hendersonville. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com. That's parksfordhendersonville.com.
The Sportsocracy.
Who are we going to cheer for on Sundays now?
The NFL offseason. Time when children's dreams are crushed. their favorite players moving on to other teams.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait to see the video of some little kid.
I'll never forget that little Steve Smith guy. He was just so upset.
I can't wait to see the video this evening of some little kid wearing a Jalen Waddle jersey when he gets home from school, and his dad's like, sorry, buddy. We're can I interest you in a Malik Washington?
He sadly does the little penguin dance, like, I'll never forget you, Dad.
I do feel like, it's funny when you get traded like that, the penguin dance just makes less sense. Oh, look, is it the Waddle?
Yep. Talking about what teams still need as we're heading into the NFL draft. We got the 7-round team-by-team mock drafts continuing to go out on the YouTubes and the socials.
Colts and the Chiefs today. Colts fans, your first soiree into the mock draft because, well, you didn't have a first-round pick. So, in the 4-rounder, it was like, hey, you get to take a receiver and a linebacker.
A little bit more activity with the full 7-round mock draft. We'll continue bringing those to you. A team that has been a little active in the offseason as well as the what?
What?
I heard you snicker. What are you snickering at over there?
So I keep looking at $175 million, and it just keeps making me chuckle.
That, of course, the amount of dead cap money that the Miami Dolphins are paying out this year.
The 2025 or 26 Miami Dolphins, also known as the last 2 decades Pittsburgh Pirates. Congratulations, you have a salary cap that's a third of what every other team in the league is.
This is what I imagine it's going to be like for the LA Dodgers in 30 years when they're finally paying off the Shohei Ohtani stuff.
Yeah, the Dodgers payrolls.
There is a salary cap back then. There'll be a salary cap by then. And so now it's going to be, hey, you remember all that money that you spent? Yeah, this is where it comes to roost.
Yeah, the 2047 Los Angeles Dodgers featuring no players that are over the age of 22.
Let's talk about the San Francisco 4th and Niners.
I mean, your biggest need is you got to do something with Brandon Ayuk because that's lingering around your facility like a stale fart in church. Need to get rid of that quick.
Why?
Because it's a bad look. And I get it. You can play this game with, oh yeah, he took his pants off on the practice facility at the practice facility because you were making him wear black shorts. You can do all this with the rehab. The problem is that I can point that finger right back at you. And I hate to tell you this, San Francisco is not as attractive as people think. First of all, you're taxed within an inch of your life. Mm-hmm. And this does play with agents. They see how you treat Brandon Ayuk, and you're just sitting here being petty. Okay, if you'll do it to him, you could do it to me too, and it will really make me not want to send my guys to your facility.
Well, if you burn me, I burn you. Right? I mean, that's the mentality here.
Eye for an eye leaves everybody blind. In the NFL, that is never truer than it is here. Brandon Ayuk's going to take his medicine to the tune of $60 million. He got his. Mm-hmm. You want to keep perpetuating this? Okay. Don't be shocked when there are agents that don't return your calls. I can tell you definitively there are 2 GMs in this league that have already dealt with this. One of them's been fired. Give you a guess as to who it is because he worked in San Francisco too. And the other's got 1 foot in the grave and 1 foot on a banana peel. You want to play it this way? You're entitled to do it. Don't be shocked when it comes back to bite you right in the keister.
Okay. So you're saying they should just cut bait and give him up for nothing?
Yes, because nobody's going to give you squat because they know you're not carrying him into the league year. Mm-hmm. He will not be on this team in September. We all know it. So you can keep playing this stupid song and dance all you want to. It's not benefiting you in any way, and I would make the argument it's actually hurting you.
Okay. Well, they went out and got Mike Evans. So now you have Mike Evans, Ricky Pearsall, Christian Kirk, and Demarcus Robinson.
Woo!
Is your wide receiver room.
Yeah, I still think you need a wide receiver, but that's just me. Could be Juwan Jennings.
I was going to say there's still that option out there, and then, but with that group of receivers, I mean, I'm fine not jumping on one with an early pick.
If one falls in my lap, like if Mekhi Lemon falls, I would happily take him if I was San Francisco, because I don't put any credence into Christian Kirk and I don't put any credence into Demarcus Robinson.
Right.
I also trust Ricky Pearsall about as much as I trust my ex-wife. So,
why is that? What do you have against Ricky Pearsall?
I
mean, I know he's not a superstar or anything.
He wasn't a first-round pick.
He's decent, isn't he?
He's fine. On a good team, he should be your 3. Right now, he's your 2, clearly.
Okay.
And Mike Evans is an older guy. I still think receivers a high-end need. Now, if they sign Juwan Jennings, I'll take that back. They haven't done it, and they don't seem inclined to do it anytime soon.
They're not getting a quarterback. They're good. They're good there. Well, I mean, they're settled there. What else do they need?
You got to have a corner at some point, because I just really don't believe in that group of corners. Am I wrong in that? Because 49er fans really like to argue with me about that.
No. I mean, you don't have a guy. You have a Diamador Lenore. Who's fine, but he's not a good player.
Fine?
Yeah.
Fine. He's a horrific run defender. I mean, he's an absolute liability against the run.
Against the run.
Yeah. And he's a half-us coverage guy. Renardo Green, who's fine, I guess. and Uptown Funk Stout, pass. I don't like any of that. I don't like your safeties. There's just really nothing about that secondary that I feel good about. And now you're switching out Robert Saleh for Raheem Morris, which to me does not feel like it's going to get better.
Whoa, Siran Neal is still in this league?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even know that. Sorry, I was just looking at the depth chart and I was thinking, Siran Neal, that's a name I hadn't heard in a while. Good, but yeah, definitely need an upgrade in the secondary.
That will be the only time he is mentioned on any sports talk show this year.
Ever. Yeah, 100%.
I had to think about that for a minute of who that even was.
I just saw that name and was like, are you serious?
Eli Apple's also still on this roster for what that's worth.
I'm not as surprised by that one, but yeah.
I think you fixed linebacker adding Dre Greenlaw. So now you got Greenlaw with Warner, probably D Winters, maybe Tatum Bethune. That's fine. You took a bunch of defensive linemen last year, but do you really like any of them?
No.
C.J. West, Alfred Collins. You traded for Keon White. You drafted Mykel Williams. To me, there's just not a lot of answers there. There's a whole mess of question marks.
Right. You know, I liked Alfred Collins, but other than that, yeah, no.
Well, I can tell you this about Alfred Collins. He was an absolute train wreck last year. And that wouldn't scare me so bad, except I believe he was 32 years old when he got drafted. He's 24, but still.
Defensive line, secondary, interior offensive line.
I do want to address the line. I really would like to know what you're planning on doing with Trent Williams. I also would like to know why that story keeps coming up at some of the weirdest times. But you can't come to terms on contract, and he could be available for the right price. First of all, I'd love to know what that price is, because he's probably got a year left.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, he's good. For a team that needs a left tackle, that dude is probably still top 3 in the NFL.
I was going to say, what he got? Didn't he have a 1-year deal that was like $27 million or something like that?
He's on a longer term deal because he's wanting. I can't remember exactly what the deal was. Signed a 3-year, $82 million deal. Runs through this year.
Okay. So
he's got a $40 million cap hit, and they want him to lower it.
Mm-hmm.
He's got, good Lord, he's got 3 void years on the backside.
Keep kicking that money down the road.
The void year in the NFL is the subprime mortgage of the NFL. Don't do that. You're not going to like how it goes.
Right. You are in the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville. How are we fixing them? What needs do we still have left now that the big wave in free agency has passed? We'll keep knocking them out when we come back. Plus, it'll be time for the most important message of the day.
ESPN Asheville.
And you're clear.
There we go.
A chilly St. Patrick's Day, but I know everybody's got a remedy for that. Seeing a few clouds around with sunshine. Otherwise, a northwest breeze is going to add a little bite to the upper 30s. Tonight, back into the teens. Might be a degree or 2 colder than what you saw this morning on the car thermometer. So heavier jacket tomorrow morning, may need it in the afternoon. Partly sunny, 45. Thursday, much better, sunshine, 60. From the Weather Channel, Ray Staging.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Spring deals are popping up early at Lowe's. Get 4 bags of Stay Green 2 cubic foot mulch for just $10. Plus, save $20 on an Ego 56-volt string trimmer, now just $199, only at Lowe's. Valid through 3/18. Mulch offer excludes Hawaii. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
The world's best bull riders. 1 shot, 8 seconds, no mercy. The rankest bulls in the sport are waiting. This is professional bull riding. Watch it live as we unleash the beast. This weekend from Indianapolis, only on Paramount Plus.
The 2026 general election is coming fast, and WWNC wants to talk about it. Join First News on 570's Mark Starling and Tank Spencer for politics and pints. April 16th at Cultivated Cocktails in Asheville with former District 11 Republican Chair Michelle Woodhouse, former Democratic Chair Matt Ballas, Western Carolina's Dr. Chris Cooper, and Dr. Andy Jackson from the John Locke Foundation. April 16th, 6:30 to 8:30 at Cultivated Cocktails. Don't miss it.
Okay. What's your crime story about?
I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
Yeah.
Hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Hurt in the game? We tough it out. Feel exhausted? We push on. Feeling down? We pull ourselves up by the bootstraps. But there are times when bootstraps aren't enough. When stress gets to us and we need to talk to someone about what we're really going through. So we're going to reach out, because sometimes mental health is not a one-person job. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Got a hot take?
Read the room.
Don't let it die in the group chat. Tap the red talkback mic on the iHeartRadio app and join the show.
Love the show, but I disagree with you guys.
It's the fastest way to get your voice on the air. Say it, send it, and hear it on the iHeartRadio app.
Selling your home? Don't settle for average. Our real estate team at Clarissa Sells WNC and eXp Realty offers Zillow Showcase, an exclusive AI-powered listing experience available to just the top 10% of all listings in our area. With immersive media, cutting-edge design, and elevated marketing, Showcase listings, they go pending quicker and sell for up to $9,000 more than standard listings. Ready to stand out in a crowded market? Give our team a call today, 828-774-6343, because your home deserves the spotlight.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Our mission, to improve lives with every interaction. This is JW, General Manager at Parks Ford Hendersonville. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com. That's parksfordhendersonville.com.
Well, welcome back into the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. It's time for the most important message of the day.
Don't do crimes.
Did you forget?
No, I just can't stop watching this video. My crime story is it's a notorious criminal. I'll tell it to you in a minute.
Okay. All right. I think mine is a notorious criminal as well. This is one of those crimes against humanity things. Just looking through an article here about how we've got all these AI data centers and stuff that are all set up and they're collecting all the data, and it takes a lot of brain power to act like you're a sentient being and things. And we've poured way too much trust into all of these things. Jeremy keeps telling them what Fat Baby Tank needs to look like, and then all of a sudden I'm just not going to exist anymore. Like it's gonna create a new me, and that's going to be me from now on. Like I'm terrified by AI because I know where this all goes, and you should too. If you saw the great documentary Terminator, then you know where this goes.
But nope.
Yeah. Now, Boston Dynamics is guarding their AI information farms, data centers, with the robot dogs. That's the security measures now. Now, my question is, what do they do? I mean, I've seen the videos of the robot dogs walking. And that's a nightmare in and of itself. But what do they do to deter? Like, if I wanted to break in there, and I was obviously not myself because I couldn't outrun a robot dog, but
you can't outrun a real dog.
100%. I mean, maybe a real fat one. Some bulldogs I might be able to outrun.
You could get a pug with asthma, and I'm still taking the pug.
These robot dogs, I mean, do they have defense mechanisms on them? Can they tase you if you get too close?
It'd be super sweet if they could.
Dogs have like chompy, they have like jaws that they can just bite the crap out of you.
Best I can give you is whiz on your leg.
Okay. All right. Just here's some oil. Just leaking oil right on you. I mean, I'm sure they're equipped with cameras to alert police and things like that. But, I mean, this is how it starts.
I actually have two crime stories, and, well, my name's on the door, so I'm going to tell them both. My first one is about renowned criminal Charles Entertainment Cheese, better known by his nickname, Chuck E. Mm-hmm. We have another Mousegate.
Oh, gosh.
This came from, I'm not sure, somewhere in Florida, but I don't know exactly where. It's a guy in a Chuck E. Cheese costume, and he's at the soccer ball pit. And he's talking to the kids. He's doing his thing. Well, apparently the peripherals in the Chuck E. costume are not particularly great because he lines up to kick the soccer ball, and this little about 1-year-old kid trots out right in front of him, and he just drop kicks this kid. Oh, I mean, he lines up, dude, like, boop, and just, whee. Parents are a little perturbed by that, but as someone that's been in that costume, I can say it is very hard to see your heathen children in the eyes of the Chuckster costume.
And there's video of this?
Oh, yeah. It's Chucky Kicks Kid. Just Google it. I promise you'll start laughing. The kid was fine, but it is so funny because it looks like he did it on purpose. Just I'm tired of these stupid kids. Plow. Free Chucky. My other story is about one Emma Ralph. She's 33. She worked for an airline, and she did crimes. Her brother has been busted for embezzlement, and now they've tied his crimes back to her. She worked the check-in desk. Yep, there he was. Just saw it. I can see the look on his face. Emma worked the check-in desk. She was waiving excessive baggage fees for couriers from the United Emirates that were moving large amounts of cash. Mm-hmm. What would one buy with the money that they get for allowing smugglers to move money from country to country? Because this is how they caught her. She didn't actually do anything on tape that they could use as evidence, but then she started buying things, and the one that actually caught her is pretty funny to me.
She bought a new car?
She bought a Louis Vuitton handbag. She bought some Valentino shoes. She bought a diamond ring and a Rolex. And those were suspicious. But it was her final purchase that was her undoing. She purchased herself a lovely new pair of bosoms. And that was enough for the federal, for Interpol to go, no, you have done crimes. Seriously, she was arrested after leaving her doctor's office. And I will say,
well, we knew where you were going to be.
Well, and I will say, she's not fun to look at. Probably could have done a little less with the lip filler. This is just me as a red-blooded American man saying, ladies, maybe just don't do so much of that. If your smile looks like you've been stung by a slew of bees, you've probably done it incorrectly.
You most certainly.
Oh, this girl's an absolute smoke show, but she looks like she has one of those novelty pillow lips in front of her face. She kind of looks like
the whole smoke show thing.
Do what?
I said, which totally takes out the whole smoke show thing for me.
I don't know that I agree with you there. I'm going to need you to take a look before you cast stones, but she does kind of look like Jared Leto when he played the Joker and he had the smile on his hand. It kind of looks the same way. Of her lips are so large that looks like whoop.
And does she look like any housewife? Like any on the you know what I'm talking about, the Bravo shows or whatever.
Yeah, she looks like a feller who or she looks like a lady who waits for her feller to go on business and then does nefarious things in his house.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't say that from experience. I didn't say it not from experience. But
I was going to say you've seen those shows.
No,
You know
I haven't.
What happens.
No, Tank, I at no point in my life have ever sat down and gone, let's see what the Real Housewives of Who Gives a Damn are doing today. I've never done that.
Your wife doesn't make you watch those shows.
Have you met my wife?
Yes.
If my wife looked at me and said, we're going to watch the Real Housewives of whatever city they're in, I would look at her and go, what have you done with my lovely wife? Because you don't watch crap like that.
Okay. I didn't know that.
No, my wife. My wife hates shows like that.
I thought that was a rule that all women have to torture their men with stupid ass TV shows.
Nah, dog. My wife and I watch the exact same shows and sports.
I was gonna say you're the one.
I am the one. I am the chosen one, as they call me in the scribes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, if you know, 80% of your face is plastic, not interested. Let's go next up. Team needs going into the NFL draft. We got time to do another one here. Let's hit the Chicago Bears.
Defensive line.
Just
end of message.
Every pick. Every pick. Just use it on the defensive line. Maybe you'll fix it.
I will say this. I don't think any fan base has ever come at me as aggressively for leaving out a player that is so irrelevant as Austin Booker. I don't think in all the years we've been doing that, it was like every comment was, you're talking about Deo Adingbo. Because you're paying him $10-some-odd million a year. And you ain't getting out of it because the guarantee is backloaded. Austin Booker's fine, but if you're telling me you think that's enough for you to go into this year, I got a bridge to tell you, because Montez Sweat's not as good as you think he is. He's been trying to recapture that 2022 form, and it actually seems like he's getting further away, not closer.
Really? Okay.
He's fine. I just don't think he's – I don't look at Montez Sweat and go, you've got him on one side, and that's enough to prop up Austin Booker, who I think he's a fine situational piece. I just don't think he's special.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Adingbo's special. So if you get a shot at TJ Parker, yeah, I'm doing it. If you get a shot at Caleb Banks, yeah, I'm doing it. Caden McDonald, I would seriously consider it. It's probably too high for Lee Hunter, but I need a defensive tackle. I need a center. I'm probably in the minority here, but I think they need another receiver. I think trading DJ Moore, you're going to have to add somebody else to that room because I don't think you're doing this with just Luther Burden and Rome Odunze.
No, you got Khalif Raymond.
Woo. Do you hear the excitement in my voice?
Yeah, and Jade Walker.
Yeah, I mean, I think you need – I mean, look, and this draft is so deep that I'm not telling you got to do it in the second round. I just think you need to add someone. Joshua Penix in the YouTube chat said Austin Booker is the perfect fourth edge. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I'd even go third. I think he is a perfect third edge. I do not think he's ever going to hold up as a starter. I could be wrong. The NFL tended to agree with me when he came out. The good is good. I just don't think it holds up down in, down out. So I do want to add TJ Parker to me is such a good fit with Dennis Allen that I can't unsee it. And if anybody can make him work, I think it's Dennis Allen. I do want to. I think two of the first three picks should be defensive linemen, personally.
Okay.
I want to get a long-term play at center. Center is very important to Ben Johnson, and they didn't see. I don't think they saw the Drew Dahlman thing coming.
Mm-hmm. So they went out and got who? Bradbury?
Yeah, Garrett Bradbury is clinically alive. That is, I will give him that. He does breathe air, and he can put on a helmet, put on shoes and pads, and play what resembles football.
Right. Oh, you mean that guy that Jeremy hated 9 years ago when he was drafted? Yeah,
there is something about his face that I'm just not
so much
fond of.
Right. Nothing to do with the fact that he went to NC State.
No, I could care less that he went. To be honest with you, I forget that he went to NC State.
Right.
Randy said he was great in the locker room, and that's awesome. The problem is that the Ben Johnson offense is kind of predicated on a really good center, and if you cannot tell me 15 centers in this league you like better than him, I can do it for you, and I might be able to do it off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'll be honest with you, that was one thing Bears fans and I did agree on. Garrett Bradbury's not enough. We need a legit, honest-to-God center, and this class is so good. There's so many of them.
3 or 4 of them in there.
We got Jake Slaughter, Connor Lew, Pregnon, if you think he sticks at center as opposed to guard. I love Jagger Burton, Logan Jones from Iowa. I mean, there's so many of them at a position that most teams don't carry more than one in a flex. You should be able to get that guy. He may play guard this year with Bradbury there, but I think he would be your long-term solution.
Right. All right,
I also think they should look at a corner, but that's because I don't think their secondary was great last year. Nashawn Wright had a bunch of interceptions, but Flying Scotsman said Sam Hecht. I don't love Hecht I didn't mean to leave him out. That's a really good point to Flying Scotsman. I didn't mean to leave him out. I think Hecht is going to be a very specific team. Him and Lou are both a little undersized. Lou's so good that I don't really know that I care. Hecht, for whatever reason, I've got him stuck in my head to Cincinnati, and it's just not leaving. And Tank, you can attest to that. I do this every year. I find a fit for a guy, and it just bores a hole in my brain, and I can't give him anywhere else.
Yep. 7-round mock drafts continuing to go out on the socials. We got the Colts and who?
Colts debut right after this here ESPN Radio show. So if you're in the YouTube, just stick around for like 14 minutes. Just don't close your browser. Let it play. Even if you're not a Colts fan, just say hi. Maybe hit the hype button. That hype button is awesome. I don't know why they did that, but it's like, hey, you see this hot poker? We're going to put it in the keister of this video, and now 20 bajillion people are going to see it. So, in advance, thank you to all hypers. If you ever need your windows washed or potentially your car washed, I will happily do that because we only get 3 each a month.
All right, continue to follow the Sportsocracy for all of your Draftmas season coverage. We'll be back with you tomorrow right here on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400.
ESPN Asheville.
And we're clear.
Thank you, brother.
Your mountain weather forecast.
A chilly St. Patrick's Day, but I know
go.
everybody's got a remedy for that. Seeing a few clouds around with sunshine. Otherwise, a northwest breeze is going to add a little bite to the upper 30s. Tonight, back into the teens. Might be a degree or two colder than what you saw this morning on the car thermometer. So heavier jacket tomorrow morning, may need it in the afternoon. Partly sunny, 45. Thursday, much better, sunshine, 60. From the Weather Channel, Ray Staging.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance flexes to fit your business needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Get a quote today in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Your one stop for advertising? Call 844-844-iHeart.
You've seen it on your phone. Now, feel it in real life. The noise hits harder. The speed feels borderline illegal. And the roar of the engine shakes your insides. This is Bristol, a place where you can be free, filled with mayhem and full send moments. It's NASCAR, April 10th through the 12th at Bristol Motor Speedway. The Food City 500 triple header race weekend. Grab your vintage NASCAR gear and gather your crew because trust us, this one hits different in person.
It's Bristol, baby!
In North Carolina, be ready for wildfire by protecting your home from embers. Store away furniture cushions, rattan mats, potted plants, and other decorations from doors, decks, and patios. Falling embers will have nothing to burn. More tips at preventwildfirenc.org.
It's Matt
and Bowen here from Las Culturistas.
Celebrating 10 years of the podcast, we were joined by a very special guest, Nicole Kidman.
Download and listen on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
The iHeart Podcast Award goes to...
Our 2026 iHeart Podcast Award winners have been announced.
Oh, wow.
Discover the must-listen podcasts that are setting trends and shaping culture, including Podcast of the Year winner, Giggly Squad.
We want to thank the Gigglers.
Thank you, iHeart. Thank you to our team. We love you guys so much. Thank you.
Comedy, crime, news, science, pop culture, and so much more. Listen to all of the winners now when you search Podcast Awards on the free iHeart app.
The iHeartRadio app now has presets, just like in the car. You're our number one. Make us yours. ESPN Asheville, the mountain's favorite sports station, streaming 24/7. Your home for the Sportsocracy. Weekdays at noon. The Tar Heels and Atlanta Braves baseball.
It's the moment you dream of. The moment you
all right,
work
brother,
for.
you need anything else from me?
All culminate into this time.
No, sir, I'm good.
All right, I'll be there tomorrow.
Every step of the way.
You know, if this snow melts and
Selling
I
your
can
home?
dig
Don't
out of
settle.
the hole that my truck's in.
Marissa Sell. Realty.
If I could possibly, I do declare.
Listing experience available to just
reality,
the top 10% of all listings in our area.
This,
with immersive media, cutting-edge design, and elevated marketing, showcase listings, they go pending quicker and sell for up to $9,000 more than standard listings. Ready to stand out in a crowded market? Give our team a call today, 828-774-6343, because your home deserves the spotlight.
I'm Coley Duffy.
I'm Cody Ward.
And
we're the Chainsaw Brothers.
No worries.
A few days after Helene, we were in the
but I'll be
driveway
in
having a
tomorrow,
couple beers,
and then we'll be off Thursday because I'll be down in Greenville.
So many people calling, needing.
I'm planning on just leaving for Greenville
So I called my dad to borrow a
from the
chainsaw
studio tomorrow.
for the next few months.
Okay.
These for our neighbors.
I'll be down there
our
for a
business
night.
Was born out of wanting to help Western
Watch a little
Carolina
basketball.
Get back on our feet.
We are fully insured and licensed. We keep.
Cool deal. Well, I will see you tomorrow then.
All right, brother. Sounds good.
Have
If
you
need me, yell at
have
me.
you talked to Chris? Is he coming too?
I don't think so, but I'll shoot him a text and check.
We do it for reasonable.
Okay.
All right,
Chainsaw
brother.
needs, call the Chainsaw Brothers.
See ya.
See you, buddy.
316-1013. Or find us on Facebook. See how we treat our family.
Are you in